here. It's big, and it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.
Hello everyone and welcome to Live at the Bike, brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hansen and I am here with you with David Tuckman. How are you doing tonight, Dave?
I'm excellent.
Dave, tonight we have our big game, $500 minimum, unrestricted buy-in, no limit game. The blinds in this game are $5 and $10. The yellow chips are $5 chips. The purple chips are $25 chips. If you see some big white chips, they're $100 chips, and maybe we'll see some big $1,000 chips in this game. Again, this is an unrestricted buy-in, no-limit game. You can always go back into your pocket, unlike a tournament, and we see some real action in this game.
Yeah.
All right,
it's a great game. Really is a great game. It's no limit in its truest and purest sense.
We're going to go around and introduce the table here. That is Mo, the ever lovable Mo there in seat 1.
Action Mo.
Seat 2 is George. Seat number 3 is Charlie. Seat 4 is Barry. Seat number 5 is Eulette. Seat number 6 is Francisco.
Francisco looked like he ate something bad.
Vacant seat 7, I think Gore is going to come in there. Seat number 8 is Ari. And seat number 9 is Jonas. Of course, some of you that are unfamiliar with the show, we do show the whole cards, and we do have a board cam. And again, this is the first time that anyone's ever seen whole cards in a cash game, Dave. It's really, really interesting to see. Because a lot of times you don't get to see the hands that are mucked. They're shown down at the end of a hand.
Oh, it's fabulous. Really, it's a really great format here.
And it looks like we're going to have a dealer change.
And just for those of you new to join us tonight, we are live here, unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited.
That's more than 2,000, isn't it? No?
Unlike some of the shows you see on TV, we do not get the advantage of having post-production and editing the hands. So you see it all.
We do have a table mic on the players.
That's the reason. Only when you're in it.
And that's Jonas coughing up some nice phlegm. Thank you, Jonas, for sharing that.
David.
Well,
Call one.
looks like we've got pocket queens there in seat 3 right off the bat.
He's not taking. No.
And I don't know if he's going to get a call here from Mo. Mo's got a deuce 8 offsuit. And
That'd be a good option, though, if he can raise and you can check.
And we might hear a lot out of Jonas in seat 9. He's a talkative little guy. With the mic next to him all night, we might be listening to him all night. And it's funny, sometimes a $500 game goes in, is a pretty short game. You know, people buy in for about $1,000, but this looks like a pretty heavy game. You know, Jonas looks like he's got probably close to $4,000 to $5,000 in front of him. I know Gore usually buys in for $3,000. Barry in seat 4's got a couple thousand at least. So we're talking, this table's pretty deep.
Yeah, this is very good.
yes, it is deep, Dave.
Raise to 150.
Looks like we had a raise to 50 by seat number 6 there.
Actually, and then a re-raise to 150 out of Jonas.
Yep. Seat number 6 has got a suited connector. He's got 5-6 of spades.
And look at that. Wow, what a flop.
Seat number 9, the re-raiser, has hit a set. It looks like he goes check on the flop there, Dave.
And ace 3 there. Seat 8's got the nut flush draw, huh? That's Ari.
Turn is an 8 of spades. Now seat 9's going to fire with his bottom set.
225.
The pot is about $500 right now. He's going to bet $225 and he's going to get called.
Now the pot's about $1,000.
Yep. See the river. River's a 7 of spades. That's not going to bode well for the flush draw. Seed 8 is going to check.
I did. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And it's just a question of how big Jonas is going to bet here on the river. He has
And how quickly Ari's going to fold, huh?
Right.
All in. All in.
And it looks like seat number 9 there moves all in with bottom 7. Of course, he doesn't get called. So right off the bat, we got about $1,000 pot, and that is, not atypical. I mean, that is a typical hand.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
In this game.
There was a $50 raise, and then a $150 re-raise pre-flop.
Looks like we got a new player in seat 7. That's Gary.
Gary.
Yeah. It's a stud high-low player.
Great.
I don't think we've ever seen him on the show.
You're going to get a close-up of him in a second there. And he's still not there.
He's walked away from the table.
But he's bought into the minimum, it looks like. He only has $500 there. And, to me, you can't. This is the kind of game you really need to buy in for at least $1,000.
Jonas has picked up a King Jack offsuit. He's going to bring it in for $40 out of seat 9 there. Seat 3's got a King 9 suited, and it looks like he's going to get called.
2 players.
So it's two-way action.
1,000 behind.
It's about an $85 pot. Flop is an Ace Queen 5, 2 hearts. King 9 is going to check to Jonas, the original raiser. Look at this. Jonas checks right behind him. Turn is an 8. That's going to bring 3 hearts to the board. King Jack still is the best hand here. Looks like King 9 is checked again. Now Jonas is going to fire.
65.
He's going to bet $65. And it looks like he's going to take down the hand.
Oh, this one. Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. It's Paul in seat 7. I'm sorry, Dave. It's not
Well,
Gary,
he also
it's Paul.
plays stud high-low, but
Yep.
he's obviously a regular.
Yep. Seat number 4 there, Barry, I'm looking at the hole cards. He's got pocket queens. He's in the big blind.
Raise to 40.
And we've seen Jonas really mix it up here. He's got ace deuce of diamonds. He likes to mix it up when he's in position.
Raise to 80.
And now pocket queens is going to re-raise the ace deuce diamonds. Just kind of a mini re-raise. So we're looking at a flop, about $160 flop. Pretty good flop for pocket queens here. 8, 4, 6, 2 clubs.
Oh, I like the check here. Oh,
Queen's
Jonas
gonna
doesn't fall for the trap.
Check from up front. Jonas checks right behind him. Looks like Barry's going to his chips, and he's going to bet.
Well, that's a pretty scary turn card, you know?
250.
Going to bet $250. Jonas does have a gut shot wheel draw, but he's going to muck. And Barry's going to take it down.
Jonas doesn't fall for the trap there.
Mo's going to raise. Mo out of seat 1. He's got an 8-7 offsuit. He's bringing it in for a raise to 40.
How unoriginal. Whenever I've been raising
And he's going to
49,
take it
now
down.
you're just going to raise 45. Make it 45.
along with the
Yeah.
Now, Dave, obviously being
How
very
about 45,
familiar
Mo? 50.
with the players is critical in this game.
Now when it's going to open raise, it's going to be
Mo
40.
brings the hand in for a raise. He knows that Ulette, who's probably the tightest player on this table in seat 5, is in the
that?
big blind, and he steals the blinds.
Yeah. Yeah, no limit. It's key to know any poker game, but no limit especially. It's really key to know your players you're playing against. Know what kind of hands they play, know what kind of hands they raise, and so forth.
35 total.
Raise in early position under the gun.
Under the gun there, Ari. He's got king, queen suited. He's going to raise to $35.
Wow. Not a hand I like to raise in early position with, to be honest with you, but To each their own, right?
Barry's going to call him with a 6-8 offsuit from the button. So it's heads up here. It's about a $75 pot. Well, Barry's flopped a pair. 6-9-9 rainbow on the flop.
Francisco, you're the best player.
And a strong bet from Seed 8. It's going to bet 55. See what Barry does here on the button.
Barry's got to be thinking, I can beat ace-king, but I can't beat pocket tens. I can't beat pocket jacks.
So it's a $125 pot, 55 to call.
Right. And the 2-pair actually hurts his hand in a way because the 8 can't be considered an out. And obviously, he doesn't know that he's actually got the best hand right now.
Well, a deuce of hearts comes on the turn. That's going to give King Queen a flush draw, and he's going to continue to bet. He's going to bet 55 again here.
Hey Mo,
That's a pretty small bet now.
$235 pot, 55 to call, and 6-8 calls. River's a 10. 6-8 still has the best hand.
105.
I appreciate that.
And that's a pretty small bet, to be honest with you.
Seed 8 is going to bet $105. $105. It's going to make the pot somewhere around about 325. 105 to call.
I mean, the interesting thing here is I don't understand. If he called in the turn, an 8 doesn't improve his hand, really.
Is a 10 a scare card?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to call him on the flop and you're going to call him on the turn, well, why aren't you calling him now? You got to call him.
Again, the pot's laying about 3-1, and he looks like he's going to call here, Dave,
Yeah,
and he's
he
going to
does.
take the hand down. 6-8 is going to take this one down.
Nice call.
Kind of the power of position there, Dave. And again, in a big no-limit game with deep stacks, flat calls can really, be interpreted as raises sometimes.
Yeah, well, I mean, Seed 8, what Seed 8's name is,
Ari.
all right, the time to get him up the hand was on the turn. And he put in a pretty weak $55 bet into like a $200 pot, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get somebody up a hand in a game this big, you got to really reach into your stack. You got to get the get the guts and throw in $200 in there.
Well, this is definitely not the game for the lighthearted. Mo's got pocket jacks there in seat 1. To his immediate right, that's George. He's got ace-queen offsuit. Mo's going to raise it up, $85. Again, that's George there with ace-queen offsuit. He's kind of in middle position there, mid to late position. 85 to call. And he is going to call.
Ace-queen offsuit especially is not a hand I like to call raises with. Only because I'm not sure what I'm rooting for.
Well, Charlie in seat 4, he's mucked his hand. Excuse me, Charlie in seat 3 has mucked ace-5 suited. Barry's mucked his hand in seat 4. Oulette's mucked. And let's see if Jonas comes in here. He's the original limper.
And this is a hand he likes, I think. I mean,
9 jack of clubs.
he likes those connectors. He likes them to be a little lower because he doesn't want to be dominated.
Look at this, though. He says, I'm going to regret it, and he mucks the hand.
I guarantee if the hand was 8-9 of clubs instead of Jack-9 of clubs, he'd play it.
So about $180 pot. Look at this. George flops top pair right away.
I'll tell you on the record.
But Mo's not scared. He's going to bet right in with pocket jacks. Seat 9 is out of the hand.
I regret that.
And that's what, a $300 bet?
I think he said 150.
150, thank you. And this is the problem with ace-queen. Now what do you do?
Well, he's betting about the size of the pot, so the pot is now 300, 150 to call. George in C2 has the best hand with ace-queen.
Someone else might be calling.
And he is going to call.
Okay. Well, if you're going to call pre-flop with ace-queen and you flop their ace, well, then you better call.
400.
Look at this. Mo's going to bet about the size of the pot again. So it's about an $800 pot. 400 for George to call here.
Yes.
Look at this. He might.
I'm surprised Mo's fired again there.
And it looks like he's going to call again here, Dave. So the pot is now $1,200. Mo's going to really have to bet big here to get him off the hand.
I don't think George has got enough money to get him off the hand, to be honest with you.
King of spades. And it gets checked down here, Dave, and George is going to take it down with ace-queen.
Well, George has only got about, I can look real quick, George has only got about $700 left, $600 left there. There's no way he was going to throw it away.
He already invested almost 50% of his stock,
Yeah,
right?
once he calls the $400 bet, that was Mo's one valiant effort, and it didn't work.
Now, normally people will stack their chips in 20 chip denominations, so a stack of purple is going to represent 500, and a stack of yellow is going to represent about 100.
Right.
Of course, Francisco's got him a little bit higher than that, but we can
Yeah.
only estimate, how many chips each player has. Jonas is going to live straddle seat 9, a forced third big blind. He's going to have the option when it comes back around to him. It's $20 to call now. Charlie's going to call out a seat 3. He's got a 7-9 of spades. Looks like we're going to see multi-way action here.
Oh, let's see if Dan Jonas decides to let it go at the 8-3 of spades there.
So it's a $100 pot to the flop. Ace, deuce, 7 of diamonds. Seat
Not a bad flop for seat 5 there, because Roulette.
Oulette's got a flush draw. She's got a flush draw and a gut shot wheel draw.
Bet 60.
Paul's got top pair.
And he's going to bet. And seat number 3 is going to bet. With his 7, he's going to bet $60. Roulette calls. And Paul quickly mucks the ace 4 there, Dave, without a second thought in seat 7.
If there's anybody at the table that can be tighter than Roulette, it's Paul.
So here's the turn card. Turns another ace. Look at that for Paul. He would have made trip aces. Seat 9 is out of the hand. And it goes check, check on the turn. River card's a 9 of clubs. That's not going to have Roulette, and it's going to give
60.
seat 3 aces up, aces and 9s now, Dave. That's Charlie in seat 3.
Charlie's a solid player. I like Charlie's play.
He's going to bet Roulette mucks. So Roulette chose to take a free card there on the turn.
Right.
And
See, I like Charlie's bet on the flop there. He earned that pot. He got an ace to throw it away because he bet it. He showed some strength. It was an unraised pot. It was live straddled. He figured nobody's probably have a strong ace here, and I'm gonna win the hand here. Nice bet by him.
Is he going to check with on the turn and then bet with on the river? That's what I'm saying. Then I don't like your. That's what I'm saying. I don't like your hand. If he bets the turn, I might like your hand. If he checks the turn, I don't like your hand.
Well, that's some great example of how this game differs from last night's $200 game, Dave.
Raise to 40.
Wow, look at you. Let's got
She's got
the
wired
big one.
aces.
Yeah.
She's going to raise to $40 in seat 5. Barry's got a jack queen suited. He's going to call.
Two players.
And it's going to be heads up, about a $90 pot here.
They can all be talking about
That's not a good flop for Jack Queen of Hearts.
Well, it's going to mean that he's going to be able to get away from it probably pretty easily.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Roulette's going to bet 100, and Barry's most likely going to muck. He does have a gut shot straight draw, but he doesn't have clubs.
the odds you said over set are about 220.
You know what? When Roulette's betting, it's a pretty easy muck there.
At least ace king, I would say, right, Dave? Probably.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And she's got. I'll put it away. She could definitely beat his queen high.
Set 4 times. You're so ridiculous. 4 times, and I was on the ass anyway.
Set over set.
Yeah,
But generally, yeah, players that are playing this game are thinking about poker a little more, analyzing poker a little more. They've got more experience. They've logged in more hours.
I mean, the tightest player on the table, tighter than you.
All those of you monitoring our show and posting up on 2+2 forum, thank you. We monitor that thread. Those of you can go out there to 2plus2.com, spelled out. Click on the forums button.
Raise to 40.
Do a search on Live at the Bike or click on televised poker, World Poker and televised poker, and the forum is in there.
Yeah. When's the last time you raised under the gun in a full table with pocket nines? Paul?
I really hate that. I hate 9s and 10s.
Under the gun?
You see four-way
I
action
don't
here.
hate them. I just don't raise them.
8-6
There's no way you can put them on
deuce.
pocket nine. Check.
Wow, seat number 3 there. He's picked up an open-ended
Got
straight
limps.
flush
I
draw.
got threes. Buckham's queens,
Charlie.
He's got pocket queens.
And Barry's going to bet with the
Bet
ace
45.
king. And
4
Dave,
times.
I would imagine someone with 7 out of spades here is probably going to try to check raise on the flop. Seat number 3. He's checked from up front.
Now I know you're real fond of check raising on withdrawals. I'm not.
Well, I think it's...
I'd rather bet him out or just call.
No, 60,000. I should have had.
Well, look at this. Francisco with pocket 7s. He's going to raise here out of seat 6.
Well, he's got to think maybe his hand is the best, and right now it is.
100. I won 10,000 the other day, flopping one set.
There's
gonna-
only one overcard,
He's
and
going
who'd
to
have
raise
an ace?
100. Let's see what Charlie in seat 3 does here. If he's just going to call or if he's going to re-raise.
That's a real monster of a hand there. 9-7 of spades.
Again, he's open-ended straight flush. Looks like he just calls there, Dave.
I don't know, man. The other thing is
And boy, you'd be surprised to see Barry call here just with the ace-king. He has the ace of spades, but he is going to call.
Well, if the ace of spades, it makes it somewhat.
someplace.
So it's
Okay.
about a $400 pot. And C3's hit the straight. He's got the nut straight here on the turn.
I lost In the
Got all
200
in.
limit.
Hey, look at this. He pushes all in from up front here, Dave, without
Well,
a second thought.
He might be scared of somebody else having a higher spade draw.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
So he's betting. There was a $500 pot before. He's probably betting somewhere around $800. So it's a $1,300 pot total, $800 to call, and I can't believe that any of these guys are going to call here.
No, neither one of them have anything to call with.
Yeah. Francisco's the pocket sevens. He can't call him.
I think he was just kind of hoping that one of them had 8-6 or something along those lines, or
If he had 9-7 spades, he ain't all in on
two pair.
What I wish I got.
He might have 9-7, but it ain't
You
a
have to have
spades.
the call.
And look at this, people at the table are saying if he had 9-7 spades, he's not going all in the turn. Well, that's what he had, Dave.
I'm pretty sure he had 9-7. I'm just pretty sure it was.
Hey, Kashi on 2+2 wants to just say he wants to congratulate. Good job, Isaac, on mixing the volumes. And Isaac wanted to let you know nothing's changed.
Mo's got pocket aces here, Dave, out of the small blind. And Jonas, he's going to raise with queen jack offsuit from the button.
Raise 2. Raise
240. Hold on, Mo.
40 total.
Mo gets excited when he
40
hears big
total.
bet.
And now Mo's going to re-raise with his
How about
rockets.
this way? Okay, total is 150.
He's going to make it 150 there. And you think Jonas is probably going to want to get away from this hand unless he thinks Mo's just totally trying to steal his raise.
Yeah, Jonas likes to call raises with small pairs and small suited connectors.
How much you playing, Mo?
Generally, he knows he doesn't want to play hands that are dominated.
No, I just wanted to get everyone a little bit excited before I folded.
Yeah, so there you go. Queen Jack is not the kind of hand that he generally will call with. He'd more likely call once again with 5-6, 6-7, pocket threes even.
Well, of course, sometimes
I
you
felt
go
like
with
you got a
the...
little excited when he said raise 240.
Look,
You're like, oh.
as we hear some comments there. It's a good, rule of thumb there, Dave. If you can make maybe 8 to 9 times your money on the size of the raise with a pocket pair, if you think you can extract that, if you hit your set, you can call with a pocket pair, right?
Well, of course. Well, especially when you look at Jonas' stack here, he's got $4,000 in front of him, so he's looking to win big pots.
So he definitely could have called the $150 raise there.
Well, I don't think, not with Queen Jack. With
Well,
pocket
with the
threes.
pocket pair, excuse me.
Yes, without a doubt.
Not easy if Mo has at least $1,500 or so.
Yeah,
I'm
about
not gonna,
$15, right.
let him feel happy about the fact that he got away from his hand when I had quads.
See?
Fuck it.
No, I don't want to say what I have.
No, I don't.
I don't want to make you happy.
Mo is raised here from seat number 1, it looks like,
I
from the button. He's got a 6-7 offsuit.
Big hand. It's 150.
Let's play it for Jack. 2 play.
They were jackpot. Oh my God. Smooth call 40 with
It looks like
pocket
C3 just called there with pocket 10s, Dave. Didn't
Yeah.
throw in a re-raise.
No, not a bad flop for Mo there.
Open-ended straight draw. And it goes check, check, and Mo's hit the straight on the turn. He's got the nut straight, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Charlie's going to check. Mo's going to throw in a little bet. Looks like $75, about the size of the pot.
Charlie's a pretty tight player as well. He knows Mo's capable of stealing, though, so.
I'm going to get 75.
I'm surprised he played this hand a little bit passively there, Dave.
Yeah, he did.
And he's going to muck pocket 10s.
And that's one of those. There are two ways to play the tens. You can play them passively and see if you can hit your set, but make sure that if you don't hit your set, you can get away from them.
When did they start that?
And then obviously you can play them much stronger.
I know that.
And the important thing is really to mix it up,
You beat pocket 10s, Mo?
What does it say in front? Does it say
You beat
rabbit
pocket
hunting
10s?
allowed?
I don't think you beat pocket
Says,
10s.
hey, Cornet, no rabbit hunting.
Cross that out.
Hold
Say
on.
rabbit
Roll
hunting!
on.
Exclamation.
Let me just scratch it out.
You have to rabbit hunt.
Of course, Dave, you can watch all of the archived action by clicking on the on-demand banner on the right-hand side of your screen.
Oh, we'll just go like this.
Sign up for the archives, get
Okay.
all the
Says
saved
rabbit
action,
hunting now.
plus an instructional DVD from Howard Letter. It only costs $14.95 a month, and I think it's well worth it.
it definitely is. If you play poker, if you want to make money playing poker, hey, what's $14?
Looks like we got limped
Don't you
limped
feel
around.
it's a little hypocritical to have says no rabbit hunting?
Five-way
You have a
action.
rabbit cam?
$50 pot. Wow, what a monster for King Queen suited in seat 7. He's picked up a flush draw with the gut shot straight draw with overcards. 8, 9, 10, 2 diamonds. It goes check around on the flop. He's picked up top pair there now, too. That's Paul in seat 7. And now he's going to bet. Looks like $75.
Hey Mo, That's the flop when you have aces and I have queen jack.
I like.
You like that flop when I have queen jack and you have aces? You like to be drawing dead on the turn?
No, because I want to give my money to
Oh,
one,
thank you. Appreciate that.
one of the best players.
And Barry Muck.
Hey, Mo,
Paul
save
takes
that
it
kind of talk
down.
for when they do the table chat, all right?
We're good.
We got a lot of
I
tight
need to hear
players
that
on the
now.
table
Wait till
there.
they turn down the commentary
Yeah.
and it's just table chat.
Well, it's a nice mixture. I mean, Jonas is a pretty aggressive player. He'll mix it up. Mo's pretty aggressive. He'll mix it up. Paul in seat 7, Charlie in seat 3, and Ulette in seat 5 are all pretty tight. They're betting when they got it.
Well, I was just kind of a little bit surprised to see Paul not take a stab at that flop there.
Yeah,
A
no,
little bit.
exactly. He waited till he hit his king.
Yep.
35 total.
Mo's going to raise $35. He's got an ace-10 suited. And he's going to take it down.
You notice how Mo is raised twice, 3 times pre-flop. Once with aces, and the other 2 times when Ulette has big blind.
Yep. Now, ace-10 suited, when you're first in, I think that's a raisable hand from late to
Of
mid
course it
position.
is, but you think it's a mere coincidence that Ulette was big blind both times he raised?
Of course not.
Right.
Of course not. There always is a great debate in No Limit about is blind stealing worth it? Because of the fact that you might be able to lose so much if you get called.
Right.
And you're only, you could be raising 75 to win 15.
It's also a matter of not only blind stealing, but it's also a matter of not minding being in a hand. If Ulette calls you, remember, you've got position on a player that's pretty tight. That's a nice place to be.
So it's going to get limped around here.
Nobody's got a card higher than 9. I love it.
We're playing again tonight?
$50 pot. Look at the flop.
Well, of course.
Paint, paint, paint.
And Deuce is still the lead here. But Moda can't know that. Oh. Now he picked up some straight draws out there.
Yep. And it goes check, check, check again. And you know what, Dave? 7-9 has picked up a straight.
Yeah.
Ulette. Looks like she's going to bet $20.
25.
And I think that's too much, so nobody's going to call her.
Just kind of one of those hands that happens. Obviously, we have the luxury of seeing the whole cards there.
Yeah, exactly.
Pocket deuces can't know that their hands is good.
No, of course not. There's nothing you can do about that. Nothing you can do about that. But sometimes I think when Mo is raising Ulette's blind, I don't know if it's to steal a blind as much as to get in the hands of the tight player, tight, predictable player.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing scarier than playing with a person who's unpredictable.
Now, Dave, Charlie in seat 3, he's got pocket jacks. He's going to act here.
Raise 45 total.
And Barry right next to him's got pocket 9s. See what Barry does if he just cold calls here.
And once again, there's 2 ways to play these 9s. You can play them hard or you can smooth call.
Well, he's going to play him hard. He's going to raise it up to 150 total.
150 total.
So we got a raise and a re-raise.
Yeah, the small white.
And this puts Jacks in a tough spot.
He's already has either 45 or 50 in the pot. You can imagine you're at least going to see a call here, Dave. This pocket 9s has position.
It's 105 to call, though. I don't know. He's out of position with $105. And it's tough to know where you're at, you know? Are you ahead? Are you behind? Does the guy have ace-king or does he have pocket kings? Jacks are really vulnerable out of position.
I suck in tournaments.
Again, it's about 100 more to call. 200 in the pot. Look at this, Dave. You're right. He mucks pocket jacks out of position.
I don't fault that. That's a tough, because you know what? If the flop comes out all rags, what do you do? Now we had the luxury of seeing the guy had 9s, but if the flop comes out all rags, what do you do? If the flop comes out ace king, what do you do? You know.
I used to play only tournaments.
Live strato.
So
Not so much anymore. I don't know. I don't have the patience.
I like to play that with Barry. Like I was saying, he had
Hey,
2 ways to play
in
that.
tournaments,
You know, Bart, he could have smooth called and see if he could hit a 9, or he can play it hard and just take it down.
Yeah.
Also, smooth calling
Win that
allows the people behind him to call,
Oh,
which
it-
makes it much less likely that 9s is going to win the hand unimproved.
Oh, of course, he's smooth calling
I don't
just
know,
to get a
I feel
9.
like there's a lot
Yep.
more skill involved
Trying to
in
win a big
cash
pot.
gameplay.
That's
You
the
know,
2 ways to play
in
it.
tournaments, there's no such thing as the long term. It's all short term luck, right? Your ace king has to beat pocket 10s, and your
Looks like
pocket tens
Jonas
have
is
to
live
beat-
straddle out there in seat
You know, you
9.
go-
Raise queen has to beat pocket aces.
You know, I
And he's
mean,
going to
I'm
check out of the
Fours have to
straddle
beat
position.
pocket queens.
in a cash game play.
$80 pot.
If I get unlucky in one hand, you know, I can
954.
rebuy. in the long run,
3 hearts.
you know what I'm saying?
Barry's got 6-7 there.
You know what I'm saying?
He's got an open-ended straight
It feels
draw.
like,
And he's got the only heart.
Bet 30.
I mean, I'll play,
Look at this,
I'll
though.
play in tournaments with a
As we said,
line
Tight
is
Charlie's going to
2,000.
bet with King Jack.
That's what-
Overcards.
He uses his tight
Otherwise,
image
it's not worth
to
it.
steal some pots when he feels like he
Spend
can.
4 days and you win.
See what Barry does here. It looks like he's going to call.
$2,000, it's just not worth it. Win that one pot, you know.
That's a interesting call there.
So it's a...
Calling for the straight draw with 3 hearts out there.
And look at this. Jonas is in there. He's got top pair with Queen 9. He calls. Turn is a king. Now that gives Charlie top pair. He's the original better on the flop.
Maybe Charlie knew it was coming.
100.
He's going to bet $100 into about a $180 pot, and he's going to take it down.
Forcing people to play badly by constantly increasing the ante and not allowing
A lot of times
people
people will, they'll call you on one bet, they'll call you on the flop just to see if you're for real. And then if you fire a second time, they go, okay, I believe you.
See you.
Looks like Mo's eating some sort of Persian delicacy up there in seat 1, probably his favorite chicken kebab. One of my favorites too, Dave.
Yeah. Chicken kebab, it's an excellent food.
Yeah. Ouellette's got a King Jack suited, and I believe she's most likely going to be first in. Well, no. Barry's going to come in with Ace Deuce off suit. Let's see what Ouellette does here. She's going to call. It's one of these examples where, yeah, Ouellette is a type player. Can she use her position to outplay Ace Deuce from up front?
Yeah, well, see, King Jack suited is something because it's suited. You've got some other possibilities there at least.
Well, how about flopping top pair right away? King 10-5 rainbow.
Yeah.
See how Barry plays it. Look, Barry's going to bet 50. Ouellette just calls. You know, sometimes Ouellette plays very traditionally and will raise the top pair, but she just smooth calls there.
Is it Jenny? David.
$180 pot. Barry looks like he's going to bet 100. Ouellette calls. $380 pot. Rivers at 9.
He's going to have to bet about $1,000 to win this pot.
Yep. $380 pot right now.
Nice guy.
Let's see if he gives up.
The older bar or the younger bar?
Ouellette's a solid player, but it's tough to get her off top pair. It really is.
How many guys named Bart do you have working here?
That's funny, Dave.
I thought I told her to put up a big billboard on the freeway saying you got 2 props.
And it goes check, check.
Wow, she checks.
She's going to take it down.
I'm surprised she checked that.
I don't know if you heard that in the background, Dave.
I did, I heard
we
that.
do have 2 props named Bart here, which is kind of funny because I haven't met many other Barts in my life.
Yeah. I think the owners here have a fondness for the name.
The money gonna come this way.
You see the river there with Ouellette. I mean, I like the call, obviously. But why not bet the river? If the other guy can't bet it, why can't you?
I agree with you there.
You know? And if he doesn't call you, then you have the, the mystery of what did she have, you know? She doesn't show.
Well, again, to play devil's advocate, someone might say, well, if you put a bet in, you might only maybe get called by a lesser hand.
I don't know. I don't think so, though.
Hands.
With King Jack, I mean, I think if he has King Queen or Ace King, he's betting that.
Well, he's going to come in for a raise with Ace 10 offsuit, and he's going to get called again by King Jack suited, this time by Paul in seat 7.
Mm-hmm. Late position there. You'll see the better players will play
A lot of hands from late position.
Well, they'll play more marginal hands in later position, exactly.
Deuce 9-3 rainbow flop. No one's really picked up anything here.
No.
And Paul checks it from behind. Turn is an ace. That's going to give Barry top pair from seat 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good check, man. Good check.
Bet 75.
Barry's going
Good
to bet
check fold.
75.
Yeah, Paul makes most of his money in this game from just kind of sitting there and
Peddling the nuts.
Yeah, exactly. He just
Yeah.
sits there and waits for somebody to make a mistake when he has the nuts.
I don't, that's not necessary. I mean, we've gone over it that probably is the best strategy in our lower no limit games.
Yeah, it is.
In
Without a
this
doubt.
game, you can get a lot fancier, obviously.
Yeah, I don't think he's. I think it's tough to be a long-term winner playing that way, but
In a game of this magnitude.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you've got to mix your game. You've got to be a little more unpredictable.
Yeah. Maybe. You never know.
But as long as you have 1 or 2 fish in the game that'll keep feeding everybody, then hey.
Looks like this is going to be a chop pot here, Dave.
Yeah. Hey, I noticed yesterday that you no longer chop no limit.
Well,
I like that.
I was actually going to comment about that with that hand. I didn't get to play a lot of no limit sometimes when I'm on, but I think it makes a lot of sense, especially at the lower level games, that when you're in position in the big blind in a no limit game, why not chop because I think that I can outplay the guy to my right.
Well, generally
You know.
speaking, if you think, I always feel like if I think I'm a better player
Yeah.
than the guy next to me, why would I want to chop it?
Now in limit, it's different. It's much different in limit.
Well, of course, there's less money in the pot you're fighting for. At a 10-20 game, where the blinds are only 5-10, and the rake is $4, you're playing for $11. It's not worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
6 players.
6-way action here, $60 pot.
It's better than most. What? It's better than most.
Roulette has an 8-9 of spades, and she's flopped the flush. We don't have it up here, Dave. Seat 5, 8-9 of spades is flopped the flush. There it
8-9 of
goes.
clubs, right?
8-9 of clubs, yep.
And I don't think she'll get any action here.
Well, seat number 4's got top pair. That's Barry.
Barry's just been Roulette's
He's got a pretty weak
little
kicker
whipping
there.
boy here.
Forget about a casino, just the world.
And she's going to show the king, and Roulette's going to take it
At
down.
least in the top section. Doesn't say much.
I mean, I was saying it yesterday. Remember we were talking about Tight Grizzly yesterday.
You wanna talk about
And
how
there are
much
some
I-
players I
how
don't
much
mind
I
losing
hate
money
the
to. Like if I sit down and I lose money to Mo in a really tricky play, hey, all the power to him. He's a good player. But if I lose money to like Roulette or somebody like that, I get mad at myself because I really shouldn't.
Because you think that you can avoid them unless you really think that you have the best hand. Why bother trying to get involved?
Right? Why am I going to give a tight rock any action?
Right.
You know. Now in Roulette's case, I don't mind giving her a little action because she does have trouble getting away from big hands. And if I hit a monster, I can get her whole stack. But having said that, you got to be careful.
Well, Mo looks like he's raised here with 3-5 off suit.
There you go, Mo. Action, Mo.
I bet 55. You gotta know what I have.
And he's going to take it down.
I can bet 53.
You should have gone. Oh, it
Could
should
be
have done
something.
it.
Could be 55.
Nice play, Mo. Now they're making fun of me. I limp in with ace-6 suited. And fold, so raise from the 3-5.
Out of position. Heads up. That was a great call.
And you see Mo raising there. The reason he raised actually because he saw some of the players that had limped in. Roulette limped in, Paul limped in.
Yeah.
And he has a straight draw.
Yeah. Off comes 6-4 deuce. Turn to 6.
Yeah. Bye-bye stack. Good. Like last time, I got to play ace-8 suited. Will's got 7-5.
Well, this one's going to be a chop pot here, Dave, it looks like.
8 on the turn.
Oh, no, maybe that Roulette doesn't chop. Barry just calls from the small blind position, so we're going to see heads up in the blinds. Jack 5 against 8-6. Check, check. Turns a jack. That's going to give Barry second pair.
Bet 150.
He's going to bet 25.
Take that $40 down.
And Roulette's going to muck.
Thank you. Hey, where's Corporation Mike? He's coming?
Oh, he's coming, Mike?
Better come.
Yeah.
New machine.
Jonas just mucks his cards on our table. Mike there?
No, I just give me shitty ass cards.
Okay, 2 play.
And we're going to see big blind in the under the gun limper here. Ace-8 against 4-10 off suit.
I mean, now
Flop is a 3-6 jack. Turn is a 3.
when you see it play like that by Paul, it's like, why not bet it? Take that pot down.
River's a 7.
He's got the best hand. He's going to win it, but
10?
He looks shocked.
Paul's just content to just, wait for the nuts, huh?
Oh.
Well, Francisco in seat 6 is an interesting player. He's been on the show here a few times.
Yeah.
He can change it up. He's pretty aggressive.
All
He
right,
got
now
a guy
let's see
to
the bluff line near you.
muck top set, Dave, a couple of weeks ago. When he had bottom set. He ended up losing the hand to the other guy who had the other set, set over set over set.
Oh, you're talking about that hand, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you got a lot of money in front of you. That's what can happen.
Mo's going to limp in. Now, George in C2, we haven't heard much from him. He's got ace-jack suited. He just limps in. He's got ace-jack suited in seat 2.
What do you got, Mo? Pocket queen? Go ahead. He's raised with pocket queen, limps with pocket queen.
Flop is a 4-7 ace. All diamonds. George has got top pair. Look at this, though. Paul is going to lead out from seat number 7 with ace-8 offsuit. He's got the 8 of diamonds in his hand.
That's not a bad bet by him.
He's got top pair with a
But Mo's going to
flush
call.
draw. And Mo
With
calls
ace-8.
with ace-8. Look at this. George has got ace-jack in seat 2, and looks like he's going to muck with an overcaller, and he does. Seat 6 mucks his pocket 5, so we're heads up. Ace-8 against ace-8.
About $115 pot, $120 pot.
Turns a queen. And look at this. It goes check, check. Rivers a 5.
What?
Ace diamond. Show a diamond.
It's going to get chopped here, Dave.
You play that shit? You need a diamond. I need a diamond.
I wonder, when Mo called there on the flop without a diamond, I was a little bit surprised that he didn't try to throw a bet in there to get Paul off the hand. Why would he call?
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I think he thought he had the best hand. I think he thought Paul was maybe on there. But at the same time, though, when Paul
He
bets,
says I need a diamond.
Mo knows the player. And I think that might have been the part of the reason, Plus, Mo's been stung for about $600 already with those jacks earlier, right?
Diamond, I'm afraid you have me
Maybe he's a little gun shy.
outkicked.
Once again, we are live at the bike. We're playing $500 no limit hold'em. Blinds are 5 and 10. Unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. I'm David Tuckman. I'm here with Bart Hansen.
Charlie's going to limp in with a gap-suited connector, 5-7 of spades out of seat 3.
Three players.
We're going to see three-way action in a limped pot, $30 pot.
I give up completely.
Seat 8 has an ace-deuce offsuit. All clubs on the flop. 10-9-6. Gets checked around. Turn is a 6.
Okay, well, Charlie's got a open-ended straight draw there. Not open-ended, sorry.
Got shot.
Good shot.
Here's why.
And ace-deuce is going to take it down here.
Ace high's
Boy, this
not-
has really been a passive table so far, Dave.
Well, sometimes when the game just starts out, it kind of needs a little bit of something to get going.
Yeah.
And for lack of better terms, we don't really have that crazy player at the table that has a lot of money.
It was,
Sometimes you need that.
C1 had pocket kings, Mo had pocket
I heard
fives,
the story.
he had pocket threes. I did.
The guy with pocket 5 mucks the
Flips it over. Flips it over and mucks it. Why? He went all in, Mo called.
And they're talking about that hand right now on the table, Dave.
Play you ever made in your life.
So I was last to act.
Bill, you got really lucky, Mo.
Well, yeah, but I was last to act.
Well, it wasn't Mo in the hand.
I would have called, I wasn't going to call until he showed me the pocket fives. Jack him on a turn.
50.
In case Jonas wants to make a move.
Well, now Paul's made a strong bet from the button. He's got aces, Dave. Jonas takes his cards and locks.
His hand's dead.
I'm making fun of him. We're really laughing on the internet. 'Cause I have pocket aces.
Dave, when I was playing 10-20 earlier today, I hit a table share of a jackpot.
Jackpot,
Yes. First time ever in my life.
Congratulations. How much did you win?
Well, the table chair was about $950.
Wow, that's pretty good for nothing. And what was the
Big end was $13,500. Small end was about $6,500.
$13,000? That's not bad.
It was a straight flush over quad tens, and the guy with the straight flush didn't know he had a straight flush on the river. He got raised by quad tens. He called, and he almost mucked his hand. Thank God he turned his cards up, and someone else spotted the fact that he had a straight flush in his hand. But the dealer actually almost mucked the hand, took the cards that were face up and put them in the muck,
The straight flush.
the straight flush. But it was ruled that because the cards were up, cards spoke,
Good.
and the jackpot was good.
And Jonas does not chop either.
And
He just gives up there.
mucked, yeah. And Mo had a deuce 8 offsuit. Dave, you hit a table share of a no limit jackpot, maybe a month ago or something?
Yeah, actually, first place for that was like 20,000. The loser they had 120, the winner won 10, and I got about almost $1,800.
Now, the bad beat jackpots at the Bicycle Casino work where it's aces full of tens have to be beaten by quads or better.
Right, using both hole cards.
Yeah. Your kicker has to play,
Right.
so you have to use both cards.
30.
Jonas is going to make a little bit of a raise here from the button. He's got Jack 8 suited,
Queen Jack again?
and he's going to take it down.
And Jonas is the kind of player, some people go, well, why is he stealing here? He, like the same thing I was saying before, it's a steal. He doesn't mind taking the blinds, but at the same time, he doesn't mind if somebody calls him either, because he's got position on him.
So my $900 win yesterday on our show, plus my $900 take today from the jackpot. Plus
you
I
can
made
buy
a little money in stud. I'm up about $2,000 the last 2 days. Not
Well,
too
there you
bad.
go. Maybe you could buy Mo a new sweater.
Yeah, right.
Pack the deuces. No behind, please. I don't want to say behind.
The pot's been raised to 40.
Ulette's got a king jack offsuit. She's going to raise to $40 from C5.
You want to hear this one? I have deuces.
What did she have?
King jack offsuit.
Yeah. That guy has sixes, back six. So
And Ulette is smart enough. The one thing about Ulette that I do like is she's solid enough player that she can raise with garbage like king jack offsuit and gets the respect generally and gets ready to muck it.
that guy checked. So the queen come up king. I bet $350. This guy, he put all in. He have 700, 350 more. That guy was so scared about me because I have about 5,000 and this guy have about 5,000.
Francisco's got an ace-9 suited. He's going to limp in from seat
So that guy
6.
fall with 3 sixes. He fall. He think I have a straight. I had 3, 4, 5. I get so lucky he falls.
5-way action, limped around. Queen 4-4 on the flop. Looks like seat number 9 has a 4 here. That's Jonas, and he's going to bet it right out here, Dave. He's got 6-4. Flop trips, Queen 4-4 on the board, and he's not going to get any action. And he's a little bit frustrated there, Dave.
Don't shuffle. Pick him up and go.
Again, Dave, you know,
Well, it's a pretty
people-
tight table right now.
people who are familiar with me always know that I like to preach betting my hand, and he's a little bit frustrated.
I don't know if they'd like that.
You know, but I think he definitely would have been paid off by a queen there. He was just unlucky that no one had anything.
Yeah.
That's sick, man.
You put some aces in maybe somewhere else.
Aces are overrated. Look how much Paul won with his aces. $10.
Francisco's got an ace-queen suited.
$14.50 I won with my aces, man.
Sorry, not to
Yeah.
underestimate you. 55.
Look at this. Jonas is going to raise to 55 from seat 9. Dave, all he has is deuce 4 offsuit.
Stare me down.
Francisco's limped in with ace-queen suited. Jonas has raised to 55 with 4 deuce offsuit.
Maybe a little steam raise. I'm not getting any action in the hand before, huh?
$55.
Sometimes you can be steaming from not getting action, you know?
That's another option. You also could have raised like 200 more.
Baron C4 is going to call 10-7 suited. Ulette looks like she mucked.
Okay, 3 players.
Francisco's in there with by far the best hand, ace-queen suited out
Yeah.
of seat 6.
But Jonas has got the position.
Let's see if he can use his position.
Well, nobody's got anything yet, so let's see. I can almost guarantee Jonas is going to bet.
Yeah.
There you go.
1 1/4.
The pot's about 170. He's betting 1 1/4, so now it's about a $290 bet and 1 1/4 to call. And look at that, Dave. Great example of position. He actually has a gut shot straight draw on the flop.
Thank you, Jonas.
But obviously, if he didn't have a draw and it got checked to him, the purpose of him making that move was to use his position to bet out the pot.
I'm not comparing Jonas to Doyle Brunson when I say this, but Doyle Brunson used to always say, because there are some players I can play against, I don't even have to look at my cards.
You gonna pass? Blind?
Put me out. It's a hot soup. You like it? Service. All right. Okay, I'll get it.
Whatever. There you go. Deals.
And we get it 6-handed here, I believe, right? Or was that 5-handed?
Looks like 5-handed.
5-handed, so we got a
limped
$50
around.
pot.
10 deuce 3, 2 diamonds.
Ulette's got the best hand right
She's
now.
got top pair. She's going to bet right away with queen 10.
40.
too late.
Seat number 8 there is going to call. He's got a gut shot straight draw, 6-5 of hearts. So it's about a $130 pot.
Heads up.
Turns a jack of diamonds. Boy, you know what, Dave? If I'm in position there, I'm going to represent a flush, and I might have fired there. River's a 6, and it gets checked down.
And you know what? If you're going to call with 6-5 there,
That's what I mean, Dave, right? If you pick up the third diamond, wouldn't you try to take a fire at it from position
well,
there?
it's funny. We saw the guy bluff earlier. We had king and queen of hearts, right? And I think he kind of made up his mind before that hand. I'm going to bluff with this hand, whether I hit my king or my queen or not. I'm going to bet it. And that time, obviously, it was ill-advised. It didn't work. And this time was a perfect situation against you letters, a very tight player.
Live straddle here.
He could have got her off that easily.
Yeah, I mean, if you put in a good size bet there, you let now who doesn't have top pair, and the third diamond's out there, Dave, she's most likely going to muck that hand.
Oh,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Donna.
Jonas is live straddling again there from seat 9.
Okay, 95.
Look at this. He's going to raise with king 5 off suit.
He'll do that often, and when he straddles, he uses that situation. If he senses weakness when people are just calling for 20, he'll take it, you know?
Well, I mean, seat 8 is the only one that's in the hand from the small blind. He said he calls. So. And again, Dave, even if he does call, Jonas has position on the guy, on the flop.
Seat 8, what's his name?
Ari.
I'm not sure what he bought in for, but he's clearly, and I hope he doesn't think away, he's probably clearly one of the weaker players at the table. And that's not saying anything bad about him, because we've got some really darn good players at the table. But if nobody's entered the pot, and you're the small blind, and it's straddled, you're the big blind that straddles, you're either raising or you're folding. You can't you're not smooth calling unless you're trapping the guy. Right?
Well, I guess it depends on who the straddler is.
50.
But it just doesn't make it's almost the equivalent of
Where ace 9 is good, I will call.
limping in on the button, you know?
Mo is raised here to 50. He's got ace queen suited, and he's going to go heads up against Jonas there.
Heads up.
With an ace jack offsuit.
Surprised Jonas called that with ace jack.
Queen 3-5, 2 spades. Most flop top pair. Pretty
Jonas
good flop.
is in real bad shape here.
150.
And Mo's going to bet about a little over the pot, and he's going to take it down.
All right, Jonas, tell the truth. If you had ace 5 of spades, and you called,
You didn't have ace 5.
I didn't have it.
Yeah. I didn't have ace. I did.
No, if you had ace 5,
Yeah.
I would have called. You would have check called, or would you bet?
I was under the gun. I would have check raised.
You check raise. Just to see if you really want. And then you know you're going to get paid off.
Yeah. I don't mind getting all my money in right there. Straight draw, flush draw, and overcard. Well, all his money.
Limp under the gun there from George. Looks like he's got a 10-9 suited.
Well,
Calls
I
in,
folded
buttons
equity.
in.
That's why I'm check raising.
Look at this.
150.
Mo's going to
check
raise
raise,
it up
I'm
here,
not
Dave, with
making it
ace
go.
king. Again, there's another hand where it's kind of two ways to play it. You might want to just take a flop, or you're trying to get
Or I
everyone
might
out of
lead into
there.
him, let him raise me, and then re-raise him. I could lead into him, then he raises me.
And I don't think he's going to get called.
What's going
And
on?
Mo's such
Mo made it
a
150.
he's
That's
such
a lot
an
of money,
aggressive,
Mo.
unpredictable
Is it just me
player
left?
that
Two of you left.
Pocket 4, what can I do?
He says pocket fours.
Show me one.
I show less than that.
pocket 4 is just as good.
Smaller
Oh,
than
I
that.
call. Hold on.
And I think he's showing the ace there.
I show smaller than
Show the
that.
other one time.
One time?
See the king of hearts or the other ace.
You said one time, I show one time.
150, Mo.
He just wants to take it.
And that's one of those bets. Hey, it's one of those purpose bets. You know, you're betting to take the pot right there, and that's what Mo did.
Oh, try to limp in with ace suit.
$50 raise there for Jonas on the button. Actually, I believe it was Jonas that raised there, Dave.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And
Look at this. C4's flopped up and down here, and he's checked on the flop.
Well, Barry likes to check his hands. We saw him check his queens earlier.
King
See if he gets
10-6, 2 diamonds. He's flopped top 2 pair. Jonas has bet 1 1/4 on the 10. Again, the flop is King 10-6.
And Jonas is almost drawing dead here.
Turn is a 9.
And he's actually picked up a straight draw. He needs a queen.
Yep. And he's going to bet 200.
What?
He just moved called the flop there, Dave, right? Am I right about that?
He did.
Yeah, okay.
He said it out
So,
loud.
so the pot's somewhere around $600 right now. 200 to call. And look at this. He's going to raise. Jonas is going to raise with the Jack 10.
600.
So it's an additional 400 to call.
And do you put Jonas on Queen Jack here? Yeah, that's the only hand he can really. I mean, he can lose to a set, obviously. Queen Jack being the nuts right now.
And look at this. Barry calls. It's a $1,000 pot to the river. River's a 5. Barry's got the best hand.
Scary card. And these guys are deep. These guys both have.
Third diamond on the river there, Dave.
Barry's got a lot of money. You know, this is not.
There's $1,000 in this pot. Third diamond comes on the river. And look at this. Barry's going to bet right into the diamonds.
Wow.
He's got top 2 pairs.
I'm surprised he does that. I'll tell you why in a second.
So it's a $1,500 pot now. 500 to call for Jonas. I don't think a call here is the only move. It's either a muck or a raise there on the end there for Jonas.
At that point, once the guy
Yeah.
calls a $400 bet, you're not getting him off it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm surprised he bet that. I'm going to throw this at you, and anybody listening can kind of ponder it also. He's got 2 pair, right? He's got a really good hands. Now, if Jonas had a straight, if he had Queen Jack, or he had a flush, obviously he's going to get called in the river, right? Why bet it? Why not check it? And if you think your hand's the best, well, then check it and deuce the bluff. If your hand's not the best, you're going to get called anyway. You know? And if Jonas was bluffing, well, then, hey, allow him to continue bluffing.
Well, maybe something else can be thrown out there that he was throwing out that bet with the intentions of folding to a big all-in or a re-raise, whereas if he had checked and the guy had moved in, is he going to call with a King 10? So maybe trying to throw out some information and get some information back. That might have been one of the reasons why to bet there.
On the river, you better know what the heck you know at that point. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I think sometimes we'll bet with the intention of folding if I'm raised.
On the river?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Especially in this game. I mean, obviously you got to figure out.
That's
how
a
much-
heck of a big bet to get some information. I mean, there's $1,000 in the pot, and you're going to throw a $500 bet in there to get information.
Well, if I've got another 5,000 behind me, that's
Right,
only.
right. No, but he only had another 1,500 in front of him. That's why I was
Okay.
kind of. I don't know. I would have liked to see him induce a bluff. If he thinks Jonas is bluffing, we'll induce it. If you think Jonas had the goods, well, your bet's not going to do anything anyway.
Well, C8's going to raise here to 50. He's got pocket aces. He's got a wired pair in the old pocket aces, and he's not going to get any action. Shows the aces.
I think Jonas might have gotten a little bored there. Tried to mix it up a little bit.
Thank you, sir.
He's not talking quite as much anymore, is he?
Got a live shot.
Barry did check the flop, but as you astutely observe, and as everyone else should observe when they're watching other players, he's checked his good hands, his main hands.
Exactly. Although it's easier for us, we saw that he had queens.
And of course, no one else saw that.
Right, exactly. We saw that.
Live straddle.
Great if I raise that.
Couple of hands. King 10 suited, Ace Jack suited, Ace 10 offsuit, Queen 10 offsuit.
Yeah, well, this flop will probably come out 3-4-7.
Live straddle. That was a live straddle by Paul in seat 7.
Wow, that's interesting.
$100 pot.
Paul's not one to usually do that.
Jack 6-4. It's a good flop for seat number 2. George has played pretty tight.
He had the best
Flop
hand before
pair.
the flop, and he still has the best hand.
$100 pot. He's in position.
100.
He's going to bet the pot. Oulette's going to muck the Ace-6. I don't think anyone can call here.
Nope.
Nope.
He takes it down. George hasn't played many hands, but when he plays it, he talks big. Yeah, generally speaking, regardless of how Barry plays it, they're generally speaking a check raise and a flop, and then a bet out on the turn suggests strength.
Well, then if you raise him on the turn and now he calls your big raise.
That's a strong hand.
Right.
You know? Because you're usually check raising because you want more money in the pot, and then you're firing on the turn because you've got a big hand.
Well, did he check raise the flop, or did he...
He check raised it. Oh, well, he check called the flop and then bet,
yeah.
which is also big. That's also a pretty... Like you said, calling is sometimes even stronger than raising in no limit.
You're right.
He has live
50.
straddle
Yep.
20, I'm making 50.
Well, seed 8 is going to raise. He's got pocket 7s. He's going to raise under the gun to the live straddler to 50. Mo's going to call out a seat 1 with an ace-jack offsuit. Seat 3's in there with pocket 10s. He's going to call. So we're going to see a big pot here, Dave.
And you see this is another way to play 10s, obviously. He's going to smooth call, see if he can spike a 10 and win a big pot.
Seat 6 is out of the hand. So we got three-way action there. $150 pot.
Raising 300 there, right there.
3, 6, 4. Boy, seat 8's going to be in trouble here because that's a great flop for him with pocket 7s. He doesn't know someone else has a higher overpair.
Yeah, he's actually got a couple outs. A 5 or a 7 will give him the best hand.
He's going to bet $100, it looks like,
I had a concussion.
into a $150 pot.
I think 300.
Mo quickly mucks the ace-jack.
275.
And now it's up to Charlie with an overpair. And he's going to raise it up. Looks like to 500 total. And look at this. 7s goes all in quickly without a second thought, Dave. And 7s
Well, he only
is
had
in
about
trouble.
$500 there, which is...
He's going to have to catch a 7 or a 5. Turns a queen, rivers a 9, and pocket 10s is going to take it down.
Yeah.
Nice hand.
And you see Charlie there. You can see his decision influenced by the fact that seat 8, Ari, does not have many chips.
Right, right.
Which is one of the reasons why I think you need to have some money on this table. Otherwise, people aren't scared of you.
Mm-hmm.
Your bets don't mean as much. Your raises don't mean as much because they look at you and go, 500, okay, whatever, I can play it.
Yeah. Obviously,
You don't want to make a 5 high
now,
flush.
Charlie's got maybe 2,000 in front of him now. If Ari had 2,000, that hand could have played out a lot differently.
Oh, without a doubt. Well, because now suddenly, Charlie's looking and going, shoot, the guy have jacks or queens or kings or who knows.
$30.
So,
Paul, what was it? I do 5.
I guarantee you guys, if you raise and I have deuce 5 here, I'll call you.
Yep.
Wow, you let Mux ace-deuce suited from the button there, Dave, to a live straddle. Boy, that's really tight, huh? Ace-deuce of clubs.
ace-deuce of clubs on the button.
On the
I've
button.
seen that flop before.
3 players.
I'm amazed. Look at this. You would have flopped the ace.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I mean, we're big proponents of playing hands in position.
Oh, it's huge. You have to.
Yeah.
3.
And it gets checked around.
I'm saying deuce 4.
River's a 4. That's going to give pocket deuces a wheel.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got?
Roulette would have shared it with him.
And look at this, though. Francisco checks the wheel from up front there. Doesn't bet on the river. Maybe trying to induce a bluff like you
Yeah,
said.
it is a third diamond. I mean, there are some scared cards up there,
I'm going to
but
move over here
Thank you, Francis.
just to get to the left of
You know,
whoever's going to sit down next.
The pot was live straddled, so there wasn't a raise. If you could ever play too tight and hold them, I think that was one of the cases. I don't know why you would muck ace-deuce suited from the button and unraised pot and no limit.
I agree with you. I mean, I'm a big proponent in limit hold'em. I think tight is the way to play. But I think in no limit hold'em, I think you need to see a lot of flops, especially in late position.
Yeah.
In early position, hey, play it real tight. Ace jack, throw it away.
Well, that's what I did last night.
Exactly.
You
In
picked
late
that up.
position,
Yeah,
though, you
yeah.
gotta mix it up. Roulette plays very ABC. If everybody knows that, that's very very by the book, by the letters. She plays aces and kings and queens.
To 85.
See, look, even I don't call.
Francisco, he's got pocket 10s. He's going to raise to 85 from the button here out of seat 6.
One thing I will say about Roulette, it's tough to get her money.
Well, again, let's bet on the show, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 times, and obviously I've played with her a whole lot, but I didn't think she was quite that tight.
It's one of the worst live in the bikes ever.
And I actually might go out and ask her that hand. I could have sworn I saw ace-deuce of clubs, but it still puzzles me. Maybe she had a ace-deuce offsuit. I'm not sure. Maybe it was ace-deuce offsuit.
Ace-deuce offsuit on the button is
still, right,
playable
right,
hand.
right.
One of these days.
Especially with a live straddle where you've already got 20.
One of these. I win.
Especially with a live straddle, Bart. I mean, because you've already got $35 in the pot. Why not try to steal it?
Well, now she's picked up ace-3 of diamonds. I can see... Oh, excuse me. No, that wasn't Roulette. I'm sorry.
a dream, huh? 30
Well,
bucks.
Francisco's got eights in late position.
Ace three of diamonds.
Is
there.
did Ari rebuy in seat 8? Is that still Ari, or is that a new player? Or is that Paul in seat 8 now?
Oh, we'll find that out in a second.
Yeah,
You got no board, huh?
Heads up.
I
Heads
think
up.
that's Paul in seat 8 now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he moved over, I believe.
And Ari took a break.
The empty seat is more action than Mr. Kim.
That's why we're not looking too hard.
And we see a check call here from pocket eights. It is Paul.
Wow, look, and Paul tried to bet it. Paul tried to take the pot down.
Well, the turn is a king, and now it goes check, check. And look at this. The river's an 8's going to give Francisco a set of 8s.
Yep.
And he can't get paid off here, though.
Take it.
And Paul's going to muck. One of
Paul kind of, I'm sorry to interrupt you there. Paul kind of, he says there, you hear him say take it so quickly. If you play against Paul, he's the kind of player where you can just literally reach for your chips and see his reaction. You know? I'm sorry, now go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think sometimes people get a little bit too attached to, I'm going to bet the flop and take a free card on the turn. Well, he's check called you from up front with the jack up there, and we know he has pocket 8s. The turn is a king, and he checks to you again. Why not fire again? If I check behind him, I really am representing weakness.
Yeah.
I think that in that situation, obviously we can see the cards. Francisco probably would have laid the hand down to Paul with a couple of overcards there.
Without a doubt. More often,
Yeah.
people usually, people like to check raise flops. Not many people check raise turns.
75.
10.
This
it's
is
like,
this is in no limit, of course, we're talking about.
right, well, that's in a lot of games, but yeah. 10s are like, they must be glued together, these two 10s.
And limit, obviously, powerful to check raise on the turn. On
Oh, it's
that goes up
huge.
to double.
Right,
double
it's
size.
very powerful to do it, but it's rare to do it with, unless you've got the goods.
King 7 deuce rainbow.
I get to go first.
You're in.
And this is Jonas, he's got position now.
Barry's going to bet right in with pocket 10s.
I like the bet. I like
Jonas
the
is
bet.
going to muck.
With only one overcard on your 10s, you got to bet it.
Hey, we got a seat open, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe I should go out there and play. It's not a very good game, though, to be honest with you. There's sometimes I'm sitting in here, I'm salivating how good the game is. This is actually not a very good game.
Small, big.
Hey, Mo. Mo. I've
The
been
one
here for
player
like
that
an
I
hour and a half,
thought-
I haven't had my card scanned once. They didn't scan it. I've been sitting here. Yeah.
You are the blind.
The one player I was going to say that
They skip
I thought was a little live, he's already out. And that's why I
Ari.
was sorry, yeah.
Right, yeah.
But the rest of the table is,
Okay.
is pretty solid.
me or
It's
for
not a
you?
great game
No.
to sit
You have
in.
no call, Mo?
And there they are. They're marking the classic cards. Get paid $5 an hour to play here. Where else in the world do you get paid to play poker? Nobody.
There
No
are
place.
5 players here.
5-way action here. It's limped around. King, king, queen on the flop. No one's got any of it that Dave. Ace high is the best hand.
Well, this time you let in there with ace deuce suited.
Huh. And that's why I wonder, I'm going to have to ask her. Maybe I was wrong. Ace comes on the turn.
It's on Mo.
Quarter.
Barry and Ulet have the same hand pretty much here.
Barry bets and you let mucks. Now, in that case, Dave, I really don't mind the mock with ace deuce. People might be, well, how could she, muck top? The ace. Look how many people are behind her. They could have been sandbagging some hand, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, no, without a doubt.
Without
a doubt. She probably looks at it, at best, I'm going to chop this up.
Right.
And at worst, I'm going to lose a big pot. Yeah, ace deuce can't take much heat. Hey, don't forget, if you want to play for free, you can do it at www.bike.com. We have weekly free rolls, give away hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I think May 21st, actually, we've got our big free roll tournament coming up.
30?
Pretty exciting.
you qualify for that tournament by playing on the Bike's website.
He's got 10 points, that's all you need,
Yep.
10 tournament points. Accumulate.
And I think the prize pool is $2,500, laptop, computer.
I mean, that's for free.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
Sure.
And did Francisco raise that? I think he did.
He's raised with the ace-7 offsuit. Look at this. Jonas is called with the 3-6 offsuit, flat
Yeah,
call.
well, he's got position again.
And C3's in there with a 4-7 suited. 8-9 ace. Francisco, the original raiser, is flop top pair. He's going to bet.
See, and the great thing about this hand is I know I'm not going to win.
And you wouldn't think that he's going to get called here by anyone.
He may think he's
And he takes it down.
Yeah, 4 or 5 suited.
Well, again, Dave, this game has been a little bit on the slow side, but I have to tell you, since the 4 or 5 months that we've been doing the show, we haven't had a lot of games that are slow. Most of the time, the games are full of action, especially this game.
Well, and you got to understand. We don't edit this.
Right.
It's not rehearsed. It's
Right.
not scripted.
Right.
And sometimes you get a slow hour.
Yeah.
I call this hand at least 6
We don't get the luxury of picking the 20 best hands to show you guys.
Yeah.
limp on the button, 3-handed.
You call this hand, I actually hard.
Yeah.
But that's poker sometimes. Poker sometimes is a lull. You got to work through it. And
I got lucky on the suits.
it's not always all in, right?
Talking shit?
Jonas is calling there. George is going to call in seat 2. We haven't seen much of him. He's got a 4 or 5 offsuit.
Hey, can I play 2 spots?
Jonas is limped in with king queen
I'm playing
offsuit.
collusion with myself. I'll be check raising myself.
The other.
Just keep check raising myself. Check. 40.
Flop is a queen 3 jack. Jonas is going to bet with top pair, king queen. And look at this. Barry's in there with an open-ended straight draw. It's a $40 bet and a call. 9-10 against king queen. Turns a deuce.
Check it again.
75.
You don't want to go through this again?
We got to keep playing hands. We can't just play one hand tonight.
That's true.
It'll be really slow.
75.
75.
Oh, you have a draw? Hold on.
Barry says he has a straight draw.
I guarantee I won't pay you off if you win it.
And he's going to take it down.
You got there. There's no way you didn't get there. If you have an open-end draw, how can you... 5-6?
9-10.
That's not open-ended.
Yeah, what?
9-10 Jack Queen.
Oh, 9-10 Jack Queen.
Thank you, guys. Although I was thinking like you, he had the high end.
Yeah.
That'd be obvious. Why would
Yeah.
I stay with the best side?
You could add 4-5. 2-3. 4-5.
Again, this is our $500 no limit game. 5-10 blinds.
Is this yours?
Heel.
Heads up.
Heads up here. Small blind against big blind. Ace, jack, deuce. Seat 6 is flop. Top 2 pairs. And he's checked them. Turns a 7. 7 of spades.
I'll play one hand of high-low split. I can raise you. With a nut low and a nut flush draw.
As Paul says. And Francisco's going to take it down with ace, jack.
So when do you do the rabbit cam and when do you not?
Yeah, I'm supposed to do it right now, huh?
Too late.
Is it? Okay.
Is it a 5? They're not going to know.
Rabbit cam was of no consequence, the card.
Who's this?
Red deuce.
Mr. Kim?
Oh, did you get the service?
Service?
Yeah. Service, no limit 4. Thank you.
Mo there's under the gun. He's back at the table. Left for a little bit.
Pocket 8s?
Five players.
5-way action.
$50 in the pot right now.
7-10 queen. 2 clubs.
Wow, pretty good flop for Francisco there, huh?
On the button, he's got top 2 pairs.
Are we gonna say, let's start a new count for tonight?
You just hit it.
Seat number 8's got an open-ended straight there. Draw there too, Dave.
It's your turn to check, Paul.
I did check.
Now it's your turn to check. Now it's his turn to bet.
And Francisco
What's your
is
turn
going
to
to
fold?
bet.
45.
He's going to bet a little under the size of the pot. $95 pot now. 45 to
Paul,
call.
there's a flush out there, but Paul's going to take a shot at it anyway. just check and call.
So it's a $135 pot now.
We had a very similar hand.
Heads up.
Needs a jack or a 6. Turns a king.
That's a scary card
You're
there.
first.
He doesn't know it,
Okay. Can I check?
but it's a scary card for both of them there.
Francisco. Ooh, he
Wow.
couldn't let a catastrophe happen. If a club comes on the river, no, it's an 8.
Oh, that's a terrible check, though.
Yeah.
75.
And now he's going to bet. And Paul's going to muck.
With top 2 pair, well, not anymore, but with 2 pair and without a club in your hand, you cannot check that turn.
I think
You can't be scared of the check raise.
You know, I've seen that play made, Dave. I've seen that mistake made a lot. That specific mistake where you've got a very, very strong hand, such as I've even seen people do it with a set when a third flush card comes out on the turn. My buddy,
Everybody's always scared of the check
my
raise.
buddy Carlos, when he came on the show a couple of months ago, did it. He had a set, Dave, and a third club came on the turn, and he checked behind the guy, and a fourth suited card came, and he lost
I
to
think
a
people are
flush.
just always scared that the other guy must have a flush and he's going to check raise me. And
Yep.
you know, and in that case, there, Paul suddenly picked up an additional 9 outs.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, an additional 7 outs. He already had 8 outs, so if he went from 7 outs to 8 outs to 15 outs. It was ridiculous.
Three-way action here. Jonas bets 10 with Jack 8. Mo's going to raise with a deuce here, it looked like. Oh,
No, he
excuse
just
me, he just
called.
flat called. Turns a 5.
75.
Wow. Mo's just going to call. Mo doesn't believe him. Maybe he's trying to...
What he did?
He said check.
Oh, 3.
Okay. 150.
Look at this. Mo's trying to get Jonas off the hand. And he's going to call.
Pair up.
How big?
Small. Sixes.
8s.
Jonas
Nice call there
takes
by
it down.
Jones. Nice call.
Well, I don't know if that was a combination of Mo calling to see if Jonas was going to continue to fire,
Thank you, John.
calling to represent a flush draw. I can guarantee you if a club came, he probably would have bet big if it got checked to him. Most likely, right?
Yeah, it was an odd play there. Smooth call on the flop, smooth
And
call
the
on the
turn,
turn,
yeah.
and then the only $150 bet. Obviously, I clearly Mo could have taken the pot away from him.
Right. If you had bet more in the end.
Bet more in the end, maybe raised on the turn.
Barry's got an ace-jack suited in seat 4 here, and he's going to
35.
raise it to 35.
It's a tough hand to play out of position, but
Francisco looks like he's got pocket 10s, and he's just going to call
pocket 10s. Are they 2 black 10s again?
red and a black 10.
Okay.
Would you have made that call, Paul?
3
Would you have raised?
Ace jack 10 coming here.
In position?
Sometimes.
Ooh, 5-jack deuce. This could get Francisco in a little bit of trouble, Dave.
50.
Ace-jack is flop top pair here. Francisco's just called,
Heads up.
so it's about a $200 pot. Turns a king. Could be scary for both players. Look at this. Barry checks, and Francisco checks right behind him.
Cost me $35.
Oh,
Rivers.
it's
a
getting worse
queen.
for worse for both of them, it looks like.
And now, Barry's going to bet. He's got third pair.
150.
And again, Dave, you know, we have the luxury of seeing the cards. I might have thrown in a bet there on the turn if I'm pocket 10s in position.
Yeah, you might. Definitely could have.
I miss on the turn.
Barry, once again, he bets on the river there. That's another one of those hands where I'm not a big fan of betting that on the river because there's no value to it. You're only
Right.
going to get called by a hand that beats you. Especially he had third pair there.
If I flop the nut flush draw in a limit game, I cap it, and if I miss on the turn, I cap it again.
Now, I know this show is not as exciting as maybe some other shows we've had, but you can get all the shows if you sign up for the archives at thebike.com. Click on the on-demand banner.
6-way action. Queen 7-7 on the flop.
For just $14.95, you can get all of it. All the shows.
60.
And access to the Howard Lederer video. Booyah.
Look at this. Jonas is going to bet 5-8 offsuit. He's going to bet $60. He gets seat 2 to mock the queen. And he's going to take it down with that bet there. That's a play that you're not going to see at the $200 level very often.
Not generally.
He had me beat, but that's about it.
Well, you've seen seat 2. Seat 2, that's George, right? Real tight player. I mean, I think I've seen him play 3 hands. 2 being ace-jack, 1 being ace-queen. I think we should make sure that George, Charlie, Ulette, and Paul are on the same
If
table.
anybody's watching, I'm going to keep playing bad for $10 when it's live at the bike. Advertising budget for tomorrow.
Do appreciate it, Paul.
You're fooling me.
Paul's limped in there with a queen 6 suited.
I think he knows that.
I think that's what he's talking about, Dave.
Oh, clearly, yes.
The rest of my life, every time I've raised
He doesn't know he's in really bad shape here because his hearts are shared by a bigger one.
5-way action here. It's a $50 pot.
Yeah, no, that's what I said after.
Even his queen 6 is shared.
Ace, deuce, 5.
Wow, seat 2 has flopped a straight, the wheel.
He's flopped the wheel. And Jonas is going to bet with ace 10 as he has top pair. See what George does here. Barry in seat 4 and the big blind's got a flush draw. See if George raises it here with a straight. There are 2 clubs out there.
Yeah, this is exciting here.
He's going to raise it and make it 200 total.
Yeah, we haven't seen any action from this guy at all. So, you got to wonder.
We got a wheel, top pair, and flush draw. Flush draw mucks.
And look at Jonas.
And Jonas quickly mucks the ace.
Hey,
No, it's not a bluff.
Ace what?
You get this
Ace the nuts right now.
he's a good player.
3-4.
Let's see.
3-4.
So you called him, man. That's unfucking believable. That was scaring me.
He's professional.
Jonas picked his hand. Jonas told him what he had. And he's right. And that's what all observation is about. You haven't seen this guy play many hands. Suddenly he comes out and raises. You go, okay, I know he's got my aces beat.
Okay, this is the last time I'm going to play bad.
I don't believe it.
The last time I'm going to play bad for the camera.
And Paul's got a king 10 offsuit. He's limped in.
Six players.
9-3-4, 2 clubs.
Oh, monster flop for Barry there.
He's got a pair and a flush draw, seat 4, small blind. And he's checked it from up front, Dave.
Oh, he always checks his monsters.
Yep.
Nice flop for Jonas as well there. He's got the open-ended straight draw.
Dave, I don't think there's any way that we had the cards up right there.
No, clearly not.
Because Barry mocked the hand.
Right.
Yeah.
150.
Well, this is still interesting. Francisco's got top pair.
Yeah.
And Jonas has got the straight now. He's made the straight.
He's got the straight.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Trip 9's against the made straight here, Dave.
Yep. This is fireworks. And there's no flush out there.
This is unbelievable.
Big stack.
Whoa, that looks like...
That's about $1,000 pot.
And how much was in the pot? Let's try to work it back in our heads.
It's about a $450 pot.
So it's
$500 pot.
$11.50.
So it's about $1,500 in there now and $11.50 to call.
Yeah, he's betting $1,100 into about a $500 pot. I mean, and Jonas is looking at it going, he's got the nut straight. There's no flush out there. He can only lose to a full house. He can lose to a set of 7s, a set of 4s, a set of 3s. Jonas is just wondering.
Look at this. He says he's gonna call. And Francisco's gonna take it down with the nut straight.
No, actually, Jonas is.
Oh, excuse me. Jonas is gonna take it down with the nut
Yeah.
straight. I'm sorry.
And you see the experience there for
there.
Jonas. Jonas did not raise him back, even with the nut straight, knowing that this guy could have had a full house.
Yep. And he took a while to think about it, even though he had the nice straight.
Definitely.
Yep.
That's a big bet. And board pairs, that's scary for a straight. That's a big bet there, $1,100 bet. You know?
Absolutely. So that right there is about $2,500 pot.
Yeah.
Yep.
The king makes me money. Because he has 2 pair and I'm not afraid of anything. That's why I just called.
And there we go.
No, that kind of scares you.
And some people can go, oh, come on, the guy had a straight. It's very easy for somebody to have, that was an unraised pot. It's very easy for somebody to have a set of 3s, set of 4s, set of 7s, 9-7 suited, something like that.
Absolutely.
So you do have to be careful, especially when you're playing with this much money.
It's funny. I don't know how much Francisco had left behind him when he put in that bet.
He still has another large stack of purple.
I wonder if Jonas had raised back what Francisco would have done.
Yeah, it would have been a good, interesting spot there.
4-8-4, 2 clubs.
2 people have the top pair here. Wow, Barry's going to check top pair on the button.
5-6 good. 100.
And now Francisco's going to bet.
Well, he's got the 8. He thinks it's probably good.
And Barry's going to call.
And raise 200.
Oh, excuse me, he's going to raise. Look at that. So he checked the flop, but now he's going to raise the turn.
He's actually either representing 5-6 or he's representing a 4.
200.
Francisco's going to call.
No, actually, I think Francisco moved all in.
Wow, he did move all in.
Yeah.
Well, that's unbelievable. I didn't hear that.
I thought I heard him say that. Francisco senses a little bit of bowl, and he's moving in. And I don't think Barry can call this.
Well, just with an 8 with a 9 kicker, right?
No, yeah. And interesting, I just want to point out one thing here. Oftentimes what players will do, especially in this game where you get a little more advanced, when it's checked around on the flop, somebody will often try to steal it on the turn. And I think that Francisco threw in that bet because he did have top pair. And when Barry raised him, Francisco might have said, this guy thinks I'm stealing and he's putting in a raise to try to kick away from my steal. Almost like a play on a play. So Francisco went right over the top on him again.
Oh, it's a bold move because you're probably going to get called by someone with a 4.
Right.
If Barry had sandbagged a 4 there on the flop, right?
Yeah, no doubt a doubt.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of hands you could have that he would fold, and that would be one of them.
Yep.
The action's on you, play.
George has got ace-queen offsuit.
Raise at 35.
He's under the gun. He's going to raise to $35.
Who's that?
One piece.
You who just sat down? No one?
Button there, okay.
Doesn't get any action there, Dave.
No, I had straight, he had trips.
Trips on the board or flop shot?
He has 6-5. You can live with that.
Do I believe he had 6-5? I believe Jonas will have any 2 cards. If it's not at least 50 to go, he can have any 2 cards.
Now when all the money was in, you can live by making cards.
Before the flop, it's $10.
4 players.
Yeah, yeah.
4-way action here. It's limped around. C3 is limped in with an ace-queen. Picked up a gut shot straight draw with overcards. He's going to bet. He's going to bet $30. Francisco's going to call a bottom pair here from the button with a deuce 6. Look at this. Paul's coming in there with pocket 3s, Dave.
Wow. And how much is the bet?
$30.
Wow, that's an interesting call by Paul.
You know, you can do it out in your head. Sometimes you can take one off if you think you have odds to hit your set and make that much money on the turn.
Yeah.
But I don't think Paul has that much money in front of him, though, to do that.
It's an odd play.
10 on the turn, 10 on the river. So Francisco's got the best hand here. And it gets checked around, and 10's full of sixes is going to take it down. Seat number 6.
Odd play by Paul, though. I'm not sure why. You get a bet, you get a call, and he overcalls with a bottom pair, actually. I mean lower than bottom pair. Odd call there by him.
Again, you know, if you break it down to what kind of odds you really need, if you think, you know, you're going for your set to one card, you really have to make 25, 24 times the bet, which in this case would be, what, $600? $30 bet?
Yeah, $30 bet, you'd have to make almost $750.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the money. Yeah, that's... And again, would these guys pay him off all in if the 3 came on the turn?
That's the thing you got to look at. Yeah. If I hit my 3, am I actually going to get paid? And in that case, no, he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made any money on that.
You let raises here with looks like it. Actually, raises with an ace deuce suited.
Hey, her tight image does allow her to steal once in a while, and she steals just enough just to kind of, you know, stay above water until she picks up a big hand. Pretty much her style. Button is on Jonas in seat 9. Small blind is $5. That's Mo. And the big blind is $10, and that's George in seat 2.
Boy, we haven't heard a lot from Mo. We haven't heard a lot from most of these players.
Yeah.
But
Mo lost a quick 500, and he's like kind of missing in action now, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll hear from him at some point. He's a heck of a player.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a little upset that we haven't seen Gore at the table because he's usually a regular, and he's a great player, too.
Yeah. Well, Gore's good friends with Jonas, and I know sometimes they don't play at the same table
together. They won't like to play at the same table.
Sometimes they don't.
Man, I mean, that has changed my outlook on the game completely.
Hey, Gore and Jonas have similar styles, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I like both their games. I actually like Gore's game a little bit better. With both games, both of the players, they play well.
Jonas is going to raise to 50 from the button. He's got ace-9 of hearts. Looks like Francisco's going to make a call there. This is a development of a huge hand because we've got 2 rather deep stacks against each other.
Wow, that's not a bad flop for either one of them there. Francisco's got open-ended straight draw here.
Yeah, Jonas is flop top pair. He's going to... And Jonas is going to bet 80, and you wonder if Francisco's might be thinking about making some sort of move here with the open-ended straight draw.
He seems to just call with his draws. And now he does.
That's what he's going to do. So it's about a $260 pot. Turns a 4. That's not going to be any help. It goes check on the turn there, Dave. And a club comes up on the river. Huh. Jonas checked on the turn there, Dave.
Yeah, you think Francisco will make a shot at it here?
And he is. And Jonas is going to quickly call him.
Yeah, well, he likes to induce bluffs.
And he's going to take down the pot again.
Nice call.
And that's the reason. I mean, the check on the turn, you're wondering, why would he do that? And he did it to induce a bluff. He gets a little more action that way.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the bet was in the river, but it looked like probably, about $150 bet?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So there is something to say about that. No limit. You really got to get paid, and you want to...
Small blind, big blind.
If you know the player you're playing against, you can induce those bluffs. We saw earlier, seat 4, Barry had a chance to induce a bluff, and he didn't. He opted to bet $500 straight out. And in this case, Jonas makes the most of it.
What players?
Well, 4-way action here, limped around. 7, 8, queen, 2 diamonds. George has got the best hand in the small blind with queen jack, and he's going to bet right away, Dave. Boy, he's pretty straightforward, isn't he? And Mo mucks the gut shot straight draw. George takes it down.
You know, he was not playing very well. I'm sure he's a world-class player, but he's not playing very well.
This is the game that's still young.
Have you seen that Stewie Unger story? Yeah. Is it any good?
With Michael Imperioli.
Yeah, I just T-voted.
Not bad.
Not bad. Entertaining.
It's not, you know.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, though, it's okay to watch. You know, and get home after a session.
Yeah.
Sit back.
Raise it. 35.
Ah, if it was anyone but you, I would call this.
Deuce 3?
We capture these cards because these are the winners.
Ulette's looks like she's got pocket 9s. And, excuse me, seat 8 has got pocket 9s, I'm sorry.
But not.
That's Paul,
Just for the record there, Jonas had deuce 4 of spades. He's claiming that was the winner. So let's see. Little does he know that his deuce is being used and his 4 is being used.
So it's heads up, king queen against pocket 9s. It looks like Paul's going to lead here.
I like the bet there. There's only one overcard against his 9s.
Wow. We talked about this guy being really tight and not making any moves, but look at this. He's going to raise with king queen from the button here, Dave.
Right, well, sometimes, you know, we've been here for about an hour and 20 minutes. He's built his image up. Let's see if his image works out.
It was a $75 bet, and he's going to make it $150 more. Boy, Paul's in a tough spot here. You got that rock, like you said, there down the other side of the table in position.
Okay, you got it. I can't beat ace-jack or pocket 7s.
Nice play there by George.
Yeah. And there really isn't much of a drawer out there on the flop either, Dave.
No, you've got it, and that's kind of flop there. You've got no choice but to throw away the 9s.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great bet by George.
Well, throw away the 9s or maybe come back at him. But I think you'd want to pick better spots than against that guy, right?
Yeah, well, that guy, I got to give him some credit here. You know, nobody really knows him that well at the table. At least I didn't know him. I haven't seen him yet.
Uh-huh.
And he spent the first hour and a half building up this tight image, you know, tight, solid image, where people will respect those kind of raises. And then, boom, he takes the pot away. That's a pot earned. I mean, he just earned himself $150 there.
Three players.
Three-way action. Ace-3 queen. 2 spades. 2 people have flopped top pair.
I don't think I've ever seen
And
that
they've
before,
both
man.
checked it from up front.
Paul's got a straight draw here.
And now he's hit it. Now he's hit the straight.
You have to look back.
And they both have a wheel draw still.
Paul's got the wheel, and now Barry leads with the ace.
Oh.
And
Now
you
you
let
call. And what do you do if you're
Paul.
if you're Paul here?
I mean, I do it every now and then.
Play it hard, or you slow play it when you give a free card?
Looks like he's going to raise a little bit.
Raised.
I like the raise.
He raises to 100.
100 to call.
Kind of looks like maybe a steal type thing.
Look at this. You let quickly mucks after the call by Barry.
That's a good muck there.
Yeah. River's an 8 of spades. I wonder if this is going to scare Paul. No, it's not. It's going to bet it.
Well, I don't think Barry would have checked the flush draw on the turn.
Well, I was just going to say that. I love the bet there, Dave, because
Yeah.
a lot of people get scared of that. But who's going to check the flush on the river from up front? Look at this. He's going to pay Paul off.
Wow.
Paul's going to take it down with the wheel.
And you know what? Paul's not even in there if Barry bets the flop. Barry let him get there, right?
Again, you wonder if Barry was trying to play the flop to check raise there, because you got a weak ace. He doesn't bet the flop, but then he bets the turn. Now takes a lot of heat from one of those tight, solid rocks you're talking about, and then he pays him off.
Well, you think about it. Barry's in the hand. He's in seat 4. He's in the hand you let.
I did that the other day, though. Heads up.
And Paul.
Heads up, I checked
Yep.
that flush on the river.
He can't count on a check raise because these two players aren't going to bet unless they have something.
Right.
Oh,
So you've got to
I
bet
check
your
raised
ace.
him.
You got to see where you're at. Now suddenly you let Paul get there, and then you pay him
He's
off
like, he's thinking about it. He's talking about it. He's like, there's no
with a
way
real
you
weak
check
ace.
the flush to me.
I try not to be overly critical of players, but that's bad poker. That's not a real good play.
6 players.
6-way action here. It's limped around. 5, 6, 7. Look at this. Seat 2 is flopped the nut straight right away. That's George.
Let's see how he plays.
Tight.
Let's see how he plays it straightforward here.
It's going to get checked to him. Let's see if he puts a bet in. Oh, he's going to check. Now Barry's
got a
second pair with an open-ended straight draw.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's going to bet, looks like 50.
Now it's not a scary flop at all for George because it's a rainbow flop.
Well, Francisco's looking down at top pair here with the king kicker. King 7, the action's on him.
Yeah. And you can't always respect that button bet, You know, people know that the button will bet with pretty much anything. Try to steal it.
Well, I got to think that if Francisco calls here, because we know that the other people behind him aren't going to call, I bet you George is probably going to put in a check raise. I'm going to predict that.
Maybe.
And now we do have a call here. Maybe
Actually, that's a raise.
Oh, he's going to raise. Wow. I guess he's put up the initial. Now he's going to...
No, unless that's... Is that...
No, I think it was just a call there, dude.
That's like a $150 bet. Wow.
Can't get the money from just set up the.
Okay.
How much you want?
That's a really big bet.
And this is what George is going to do. He's going to raise.
Yeah.
I thought maybe if he was just heads up with the button, he wouldn't do this. But now he's got a second player in there. Much like me when I flopped the nut straight last night and had a guy in between me. He's going to raise it up.
Wow, that's a big raise. That's a real big raise. That's a huge raise. It's almost as if he doesn't want to call. It's strange.
Well, it looks like it's $500.
Yeah, I mean, I understand playing your hand, straightforward. I understand betting it, but why not bet? Why not raise the minimum?
Well, I'm trying to speculate as to how much the bet was from Barry there.
I thought it was $100, and then a call of $100, and I was
Okay.
raising it up another $400 or $500. It looks like.
Well, Francisco's still thinking about it here, Dave. But if he's been observing, the play.
Yeah, well, this guy, he's been tight. I'm just surprised by George's play here. I mean, you play 8-9 in late position. You flop your dream hand. I mean, you dream of this. You get two people in there for $100 each, and then you bet them out of the hands? I don't know. I mean, would you bet that much?
I might raise it and make it a total of $400. I
Really?
think that's what he's done.
I got to be honest. I might raise the minimum here. I want them to call.
Wow, is Francisco thinking about it?
Well, he might still be tilting over when he lost those trip nines.
Most valuable.
Well, he's made it actually more, Dave. It looks. He's made it $525.
mean,
Dave, he's raised $525.
Right.
So he made it $625 total.
Yeah,
so
I
that
mean,
is a big raise.
That's just, I mean, this guy's thinking about calling. I want to make it easy for him to call.
He's gonna muck the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
I know he's in better
Yeah,
spot.
if you bet you would go all in, I bet you would.
Two pair?
I don't know. I mean, this
No?
You got an 8, right?
they'll never put him on the hand he's got because they think.
He's gonna show the nut straight.
Yeah.
Dave.
9-8.
He shows the nut straight.
No pair, right?
9-8.
Yeah, just the nuts.
Nothing.
You guys on the set.
Nothing but the nuts.
Well, that'll set him up later if he wants
Just
to bluff
the nuts.
later.
Want to come in between?
That'll certainly help him out.
Well, yeah, actually, I was going to say the exact same thing. He said that he put one guy on a set. He thought somebody had a set, so that's why he raised it up that much. He was trying to get all of somebody's chips there, but
Right, you wanted to get everybody to call right away.
Charles, put your big blind.
I don't necessarily know if I'm going to put somebody on a set. I mean, if you put Francisco on a set with that board, you tell me that Francisco isn't going to at least check raise with one card to an open-ended straight there.
Francisco's going to call anyway. It doesn't make a difference.
Use the other big.
No, what I mean is I think,
Use the limp.
Yeah, exactly.
Barry bet and he thought
Oh.
Francisco had a set. Would Francisco just call with a
that
set
board?
there? No.
No way.
No.
Exactly.
No.
You're 100% correct.
I have 17. Top pair.
5, 6, 7 out there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to check my. I'll just check and call.
Check
set
call my
fives.
set, yeah.
Not going to happen.
Well, Mo's raised here, and he's going to get called by pocket nines. Mo's got ace-queen offsuit.
Two players.
Looks like it was a $75 raise, so it's heads up.
Yeah. And your letter's actually out of the hand.
Seat 5 is out of the hand.
You want some more yellow?
And good flop for there for Mo.
It's flop top pair right
Easy
away.
flop for Charlie to get away from.
Yeah.
Looks like Mo bet
101.
maybe 100,
I almost lose.
and Charlie's going to muck.
Yeah.
I know you.
Now, I mean, no limit. It's all about winning. Maximizing your profits, minimizing your losses. And to me, you don't flop the nuts every day. So when you do, you got to make the most of it. You see the difference between here. Jonas plays no limit for a living, plays it regularly, has a lot of experience with it. He induces bluffs and gets people to pay him off an extra little money when he just has a pair of nines. And you contrast it to George, who's a good player,
Yeah, you
solid
show one
player. I've
bluff
seen some
from
good
then
things
on,
out
and
of
he
him,
just
but I would
call you
really
all the
like to see him get more money out of these guys.
7 years of playing rock type, but one bluff from now on, I'm all
Well,
in.
you know, I think that I'm not exactly sure about George, but I think
wish
that
it-
he plays either at a
the McDonald's
professional level
Corporation
or
wishes
almost
advertising that
anyways.
easy.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
like I said, he's a very solid player. I really like his game, but I think he missed an opportunity there. I think it's important to maximize your profits, and I think he missed that.
I think he might have also been scared of the fact of anyone with a 9 is open-ended, and he wanted to bet that draw off.
See how
of
their
that.
cards are?
Well, they're only drawing to a tie anyway. You know, so it's really hard for him to lose that hand. You know, with a rainbow board.
Look at this. You let his limped in with ace king from what mid to late position. She didn't raise.
Wow.
Check to the queen.
Thank you. I think it's calling your name.
Turn is an 8. Trying to figure out who's the best hand here. I know that seat 9's got a flush draw.
Yes.
River's a 9.
I should wanted to say.
And it looks like seat 8
Paul's got it.
with 9 jack has the best hand.
Okay, I check the nuts now.
And he's right. He checks the nuts.
Send
He's got
it
it.
here.
No, here.
Send it here.
9.
Send it here.
10's dead, yeah. 9 winner. What a bad beat that is.
Yeah, it's funny. Some people on 2+2 are kind of, how can I say this, bitching about Jonas touching other people's cards,
Yeah.
rabbit hunting.
If it wasn't a friendly table, I mean, obviously it's not appropriate to do that. But I think most of these guys are familiar with each other.
Yeah.
They're okay with it.
King 7. I'll take the 45.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, this is a $500 no limit, unrestricted buying game.
Raise it
Minimum
60.
buy-in of $500.
Jonas is going to raise. He's going to raise it to 6. He's got pocket 8s on the button.
Just go like this. Just so no one can kill your
He lets
hand.
got a king 10 suited that she's limped in with. She's going to muck. And everyone's going to muck. Jonas is going to take it down. Again, Dave, boy, we haven't really seen a lot of movement by Mo all night. You know?
No,
His
he's
antics
been
are kind of
quiet,
slow. kind of quiet.
He's having a quiet night, you know?
Line's too small and big.
Maybe he was partying Cinco de Mayo yesterday, you know? One too many cerveza.
No.
We haven't gotten a chip count yet, but I'm sure we'll get one soon.
Limp, limp,
4 players.
limp. 4-way action here. 3-7-5, 2 clubs. George has flopped
Top and
top
bottom.
and bottom. He's checked it from up front, it looks like.
It's amazing. I mean, you see a 7-5-3 board, and everybody's got a little piece of it
Look
except
at this.
for Charlie.
Jonas has raised with 5-6. It looked like Barry was the original better. Jonas has raised with 5-6.
3 players.
And George just calls with 3-7.
Barry's almost drawing dead here. With his 4s, because if he hits a set of 4s. he's
Seat
in
3 is
trouble.
out of the hand. He mucks, and now George bets in.
And George has the respect to the table here. When he bets, everybody kind of, you know, thinks he's got it. And he does, most of the time.
Well, all Jonas really has here
We
is
call the raise and then lead out on the turn.
second pair and an open-ended straight draw. Excuse me, third pair.
And Jonas was talking about calling a raise and leading out on the turn. That's a real strong play. We've seen it a couple times tonight. And generally that means 2 pair or better. I think Brian is threatening him now. Just kidding.
Good bet.
Interesting to see that George played that hand a little bit slow there, Dave. I mean, the board's
Well,
got a couple of clubs.
Right.
And
He bet it.
anytime 2 pairs,
Like,
that is
get
the
there?
top 2 pair, it's a vulnerable hand.
Right.
He checked and called. the
Sometimes,
flop.
yeah. Sometimes you want to check and call the check and call. You want to call the raise and the flop. See what brings on the turn.
See if it's a
not
safe card.
And if it's not a scary card, the king obviously not being a coordinated card with the board.
It's a high blank card.
Yeah. In that case, you actually wanted a blank card, which is a high card.
Right.
So 2 small blind. Option.
George has a Jack 5 suited in seat 2 from the button.
7 players.
And look at this. He's flopped trip jacks right away. I know we don't have it up yet, but he's on the button. There we go. King, Jack, Jack. And he's going to bet his
75.
trips.
Yeah, now Mo's actually got an open-ended straight draw here. In seat 1 with the queen 10.
Let's see if Mo raises. No, he's just going to call.
2 players.
So it's heads up. Turns a jack, it's going to give George quads.
Well, that's going to kill his action.
But he checks behind on the button. And that's going to give a queen there.
Wow. That's not a hand.
Look at this. Mo looks like he threw in a quarter there.
Ooh, big action.
And then George raised the minimum to 50 total, Dave.
This is post-pounding television.
And Mo will probably just call it here.
His hand, $25.
Yeah, chip in.
Yes, I want to see his hand.
I want to see what a jack looks like.
I know, but I just want to pay 25 more. You guys see free.
Hey, no, you can't see free on the internet. You got to pay to subscribe to the archives. Yeah.
Well, George is on a little bit of a roll now, isn't he, Dave?
You don't know what a jack.
And Mo should have thought
I know what a
there.
jack of spades
It's
looks
only
like, so that's the only
$14.95
jack
to subscribe to the archives. Yet he paid $25 to see his
Now we
hand.
all get to know that he plays Jack 5 suited on the
I
button.
wanted to see the kicker, though. I wanted to see the kicker, Mo. Thanks a lot.
That tight image of yours is going right down the drain, my friend.
And Jonas is referring to George's tight image.
You're a couple of hours away from
Pocket
getting paid
queens
off.
for Jonas right there. He's going to raise it up to 50. And George has got his nice suited connector there, Dave. 9-10 of clubs.
Wow.
And he's going to call.
This many hands in my life.
He's won a couple of hands. He's mixing it up now, huh?
Seat 4 call. Excuse me. Seat
Jack five of hearts.
3 calls with an ace 4 suited. Charlie. So George is in big trouble if clubs come here.
Yeah.
We see that there are already a lot of clubs out here, so.
The likelihood of clubs coming is slim, but we'll see.
This guy's a character in seat 9, isn't he, Dave?
Jonas, yeah, he doesn't like his queens anymore with all those callers.
4-way action. The queens, pocket queens.
Help me.
Yeah.
I'll shoot that. 200.
$200 bet.
And that's going to take it down. Nobody's got anything here.
He's got the best hand here.
Erratic hand that turn? We'll need it that turn.
Best hand the whole way.
Hey, our producer Evelyn's back, so I'm assuming our email functions will be back. So please
Yes, they will be back.
email us at any questions or comments you have at liveatthebike.com. We do read them. Once again, that's liveatthebike.com.
Barry's going to limp in here from seat number 4.
4 players.
And we're going to see 4-way action to the flop. 4, ace, jack, 2 diamonds. Look at this. The turn brings a 4. Gets checked around. Queen on the river. Boy, it looks
Make
like
check one more time tonight.
King High is the best hand here. Paul with the king.
King high.
That's good, Paul. It's going to take it down. Not a lot of aggression on
How'd that
that
pocket
board,
go
Dave.
small? I think live poker's great.
Big blinds there. Like that.
Ace King there for Jonas. He's just limped in from seat 9 up front.
After this hand, we're going to do a quick little chip count of all the players here, if we can get around there.
7-play.
That's it?
7-way action. Well, Jonas has flopped top pair, Ace King.
50.
And he's going to bet $50. Excuse me, seat 5 bets $50.
We'll raise it.
So you let's bet $50. Wow, you let's bet $50 from the button on a steal flop, and Jonas is check raised and won the hand. Huh. So that time, you let puts in a bet, and she gets picked off.
Well, that's another image of a tight player can also get check raised. You don't have to put it in there. Well, anyway, just a quick little chip count here. We got Mo in seat 1 there. You can see the purple chips. He's probably got about $2,500 in chips. Actually, the whites maybe more. It's George in seat 2. He's probably got about $2,000. Seat 3 is Charlie, and he's got about, we're going to estimate about $1,600 there. Seat 4 is Barry. Nice hairline there, Barry. And Barry's got about $2,500 or close to $3,000 actually. Seat 5 is Ulette, the aforementioned Ulette there, and she's got about $2,300. Seat 6 is Francisco. And he took a hit earlier, and he's only got about $800 or $700 in chips there. Seat 7 is Joe with pretty minimum there. He's only got about $700 in chips, $600 in chips. Seat 8 is Paul. He's done a light buy-in. He's only got about $1,300 in chips. And Jonas there's got, I'm going to estimate maybe about $4,000 in chips.
Four to $5,000.
Yeah, 4 to 5,000. He's got the entire table covered.
That was a great job there, Dave, doing that on the fly.
That's true. I threw it away when
Seat number 8.
I'm thinking about betting.
That's Paul. Looks like he's bet with the ace-jack.
Raise it.
Look at this. Seat 4 with 2 pairs. He's got jack 10. He's going to raise. Barry.
Yeah, it's a pretty coordinated board. You don't want to, let a queen or an ace peel off.
Well, Dave, I think because when we were doing the chip counts, I'm pretty sure I got checked around on the flop there. And then Paul threw in and bet on the turn. And he's going to muck.
I think we could call Jonas. Jonas is like the little dealer's assistant, isn't he? Helps out. He helps muck people. Checks out the rabbit cam for us. Put him on payroll. Mo's having some healthy fruit there. Look at that.
She's gonna raise. This time she raises with ace king offsuit. Looks like we got a new player there in seat 7.
2 players.
We'll get his name. Oh, it's Joe. Okay. He's gonna call with ace 9 offsuit, Dave. Look at this. Ace king. Excuse me, ace deuce he has on the button. I'm sorry. Look at this.
Well, right now he's got the flush draw.
Yep, he's got the deuce of clubs, but he mucks.
How much you get, Francisco? 800. What's a brown chip?
500. 49.
Oh.
49, 48, 50.
It's kind of cool. Also, you can visit the archives and participate. We have ongoing polls and
Yes,
blogs.
sir, 800 behind 6.
What exactly is a blog? Do you know?
Well, a blog actually is a combination of the word. A blog actually is the combination of a word web and log.
Oh, okay. So it's a blog. Okay.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Pretty cool.
It's funny because
I didn't get that
I
memo.
didn't remember that, but I knew that Isaac, the tech guy, knew. So
there you go.
I slowly asked the question.
Yes, sir.
Jonas is going to raise out of the small blind with ace-jack offsuit. Looks like to 75. He's going to get a call by Joe there in seat 7. Ace-5 offsuit, Dave. So we got a kind of a loose one there.
Yeah. He is in position. I'll give him that.
8-9-3, 2 hearts. Jonas is going to bet.
150.
Now, Jonas knows the importance of if he's going to raise out of the small blind with a questionable hand, he's going to follow through with it.
Yep.
I'm really pissed off that nobody told me. No, of course not. No one wants to tell me because I'll take their spot. Oh, no way.
And Joe took an awful long time to fold that ace-5. He had no pair, no draw.
Yep.
They wouldn't tell me about it because they know I'd take their spot.
And looks like we're going to get a dealer change here, Dave. We're going to go to, looks like Sierra in the box, and we're going to take our table talk portion of the show for
Are we?
about 15, 20 minutes.
Sounds great.
So we are going to turn the commentary mics down and turn the ambiance mics up. We will see you in a little bit.
Now you guys can enjoy Mo and Jonas.
I'll give you a number. Big blind.
Thank you very much.
Dimitri. Dimitri. Zero. Yeah.
55.
I don't know if that was real smooth.
Yeah, it wasn't. I stopped it.
I can't tell you exactly You were born.
Right hand, sir.
Who's bluffing who, huh? Nice job.
Thank you.
71.
Small big blind. Small big blind. When you get a chance.
What, you're 61?
Okay, let's see.
It's only a few months.
Let's make a little more action now.
71.
Yeah, when he was born home, 20 years old. Right?
He's not saying 71 years old. He's saying he was born in 1971.
You guys in Iran, you're born at 10 years old?
VP. Tim, can you ask them that we have a seat open in case they want?
Oh, bad lotto. They'll go to the meeting.
See that it's coming.
Check. Check that out.
69. 69.
He's gonna get it.
Tim.
No.
69.
Thank you. Oh, you got it?
Man.
Oh, really? You got it?
What?
Almost 69?
6,900. What are you talking about? I almost got it.
Oh, you got it. Yeah,
7.
Yeah. It's like 6,900.
Okay, well, that was on the
6,900 you said? No, way too more.
6,900.
And way more than that.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Oh, your money?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought all payable.
Multiple errors.
Alright, showdown. Alright, showdown. Another error. Air fry. Every time I don't get. Thank you.
Okay, let him ride it down. Yeah, he's gonna sit down.
There is a seat.
Yeah, you got to sit. Come on.
Ryan, want to get a chance?
Oh, here. All right. Yes, yes, he has.
Absolutely unbelievable. Hopefully. Thank you, Bob.
How are you? 3 years old.
It's pretty bad. You'd be actually bad so far.
Thank you for playing. I'll see you on Tuesday.
$40.
Is anyone going to want seat 3? I have a new player coming in. Anybody want to seat James? Nobody? Alright.
Hello.
40. Okay. Change coming on. Change.
Are you finished, Jason? All right, it's all yours.
Check.
Check.
Oh my.
1200.
Oh, what time?
It's a rare time when you hear you say that number.
Jason, I'm saying Jason. Jones is starting now. He keeps studying you. I'm scared of Paul. If he lay down, I'm sure he's gonna lay down. No, if he lay down, 99% I win.
How about if he get in?
I'm saying if he lay down, 99% I win. Because you just called on him, right? You can beat him. He may beat him, but you can't beat him.
You're trying to talk me into calling, huh?
No, I'm saying, I mean, you bet he called. If he raised you, yes, I scared. But he called on the flop. He can't beat you. You're the only guy.
Can I beat you?
You may. If you lay down, 99% I win.
And if I call 99% I win?
50-50.
I call. I was trying to talk you into calling. Now I feel like I really need.
1200.
12.
He said 400.
1200.
Oh, forget it. Oh, he said
Hold
400.
on. Don't lay it down. Don't lay it. Okay.
I thought you said 400. I'm not even thinking about calling for
Okay.
all my chips.
Don't lay it down. Just let make a decision.
Because you said
Because
you
you're
called.
400. No. You don't need to call 1200.
All right, I call the whole. Fuck it. I'm not gonna. I know what the decision's gonna be.
Decision is gonna be. Let me tell you what's that. It's
our
gonna
chips
say
are already in.
400 is in.
The chips are already in.
Okay, it's done.
All right.
Now let me decide if you have king, queen of spades, Mo. He folds, I might have called you. I wasn't gonna call you. How much does he have right there?
I got 11.
You have 11. Okay, that's fine. 1100. What, 200 on the flop, 246. What I raise
got
pre
11,
flop?
10.
I raised like 50 pre flop, 40,
40.
40, 80, 120, 160, 160 and 600, 780, 7 and 2400, 3100, 1200. How much you got left, Mo? About another 1,000?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 1,000.
Got a good amount. He's got a good amount. 3,100. 3,100. 3,100 plus another 1,000. 4,100. Or 1,200.
He's gonna lay it down. He's bluffing.
I'm not bluffing. I got a big
I know
draw.
what he has.
What do I have, Mo?
No, the camera is taking.
What do I have?
You have King Jack.
King Jack. King Jack. Good read, Mo. Good read, King Jack.
See? Now you lay down.
I got open-ended straight draw.
You want to make a deal?
What do you have?
I have
King,
nuts.
queen.
You have the nuts?
Oh, queen 9.
You have the nuts? He has the nuts. I'm drawing dead to the nuts.
So you want to make a deal? That's what
No,
he's
no,
asking.
no deal. Go.
If he's drawing dead,
Go.
I'm drawing dead. I couldn't believe it calling flop queen 9. Okay. I had king. You have ace king, right?
Good hand, Mo.
That's bad luck. I don't have to dodge much. I thought I had to dodge a lot.
I'm open-ended. He's open-ended.
Nobody's even got spades either.
You have a set?
set.
And now he has to ask what he
Do,
has.
do I raise set? I mean, put $1,000 for set. I have to have nuts to bet.
I put you in tens. 3 set of 10.
No, no. If he has a set of 10s, he raises the flop. I put him on king, queen of spades. I was wrong. No, you got a dirty stack in front.
Thank you.
I thought it was 400.
Yeah?
1,200.
It's good for today.
Check.
Thai barbecue chicken. That's good. That's good.
45.
That's comes with rice. Look at that. Look at spice of red. Vietnam hot sauce. Spice one. Red one, yeah. Coke.
You don't like it?
You can replace it with cash. Purple. Purple.
Can you send Edgar over?
Not for company. Not for conversation.
I'm 2,300 behind.
23 behind, 8.
Go to the lucky window this time.
What is the raise to 50?
I thought you might have king, queen of spades. Because I know if you have a set or two pair, you raise the flop. So, it's either king, queen of spades or queen 9. Those are the only two answers you have.
I was going to say, I feel like it's not, but let it go. Let me say something.
Yeah. Give me 1,000 in purples, 1,000 in whites, and 300 in whites.
What's the way to open-ended on the flop? I know you just smooth call with a bet and a call. I know you don't have a main hand. I know you got a draw. Just which one?
Are you leaving? You want
I'm not leaving, but I'm not playing this hand.
The way he studied you.
But he was wrong. That's why I like to give action. Sometimes I give action.
Go ahead.
Not all the time.
Take one back. Give him one back.
Oh, that's his, not him. Thank you. Do you check it?
Send it.
No, send it here.
Send it here.
Oh, chop it up.
Send it both places.
All right, Mo. I'm going to put the post to you. I chop it. Go and chop the yellow. Okay, thanks. Got it.
Usually I don't do windows, but only on Fridays.
Only on Friday.
They include cars? That's on Sunday. They always do the cars. Just let me know where you'll be. You got it. Huntington Beach. I'll bring it down. You got it. Detail it too? Yeah, let's not joke.
I like your glasses actually. Is it Army glasses? It looks like yeah, no one can see you.
Some of different kind of glass.
Chop or play,
You see
Mo.
outside the jungle. You see outside the jungle.
Mo, chop or play.
Oh, I chop. You see the jungle?
Yeah, correct.
I got stuff growing out your nose.
If it is like that, I gotta buy a glasses with the native woman on top of it. Then I can see everyone. Thank you.
You had one time a glass that looked like a reverse.
Yeah.
Was that the last time?
Actually, he could have.
Oh, he put it in.
Oh yeah, last
Okay.
time or so loose.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it helped my playing. Actually won last time. Had nothing to do with the cars. That was the glasses.
Time.
Time.
$50.
He said 50.
He's 23 after that.
Okay, we're going to put it as a marker here.
I think you have something on the glass that you need to remove.
No, it's like a little label thing, but it's on there. It's like made in there.
Can you go service on it?
Because camouflage comes in, they have different designs, real.
So I owe 50, right? To the pot?
I was going to say that.
That's the 50 that I owe, right? That's
Yeah.
all I owe, right?
Right. Right now, yes.
150.
Nice. 150?
Problem is because of the filter. Can't
Yeah.
differentiate too much between the yellow and the red. Man, unless you're looking right at them. Actually, I guess
Check.
I look for two kinds of glasses. One, I can see
It's
everybody. Not
five.
everybody.
There.
Second, I can see through the car. Actually, I like this one because another one I can get it. If I see this one, I can find some people they make the exact glasses for the second one.
Yeah,
The first glass I made,
I've been marking the cards, not getting them, so I don't really need to be able to see.
Straight draw.
Just look at the back.
Smaller, huh? Oh, you hit the 10, you make a pair on the river. Queen 10?
Thinking of it's not my button. Where's the button? No, the 8. The button is not right. I don't know where it is, but it's not on the shoe.
That's what I figured you had. That's why I didn't like the 10.
Too much information. All right. Hold on.
Enough room, man.
I go commando. Just tuck him into my boots.
Men's ball.
Put some blood.
All day.
Oh, this is offending his version. You almost got that hand?
Which hand?
The one you took.
I thought it was 400. Then I said I called it 400. And then, well, what the hell? I'm not going to lose the 600.
Yeah, but
I know what the decision is going to be.
he pulled in, he put the 2 stack and then 200.
I know. I just thought he said 400. I wasn't even looking at his chips. I didn't even look at the chips. I thought he said 400.
Not. Queen 10, flop was 8, Jack 10. I had Queen 9. I had Queen 9. Turn card.
8 insane.
Oh, both minor.
I guess I'm not going to flop a set either, huh?
Exposed. Chip.
Not really.
Okay, 2 players. Let me double check. Okay.
That's right. Your turn.
Sorry.
The other card I can't possibly help anyone that comes from the corner.
Check to you. Check the round.
Another card I can't possibly help anyone that comes from the river. See, in a limit game, ace deuce of spades. Capped on the flop and ace deuce of spades.
500. $1,000 behind. 7.
Yeah, it's not right away, but. Chips here. Edgar. Thank you.
All right. 5 person.
Who has the bucket?
Yes. Thank you. Paradise 100.
JD for $200, thank you. JD $200. Last call, JD. KP $200, KP.
Ace.
JH.
Top drop? No.
Yeah, if you want, they can chop it up.
I thought I got a kicker on there.
Yeah.
What?
You done?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you.
Where else you play poker?
What?
Where else you play
I
poker?
play the 2040 no limit at Commerce. Or the 2550. Depends on the trading app.
Oh, what you play most?
Yeah.
How you been doing?
Good.
He's doing good.
About 4 sets
All
and
the
a half an
time,
hour.
everywhere. It doesn't matter where he plays.
What's up?
He's doing good everywhere. It doesn't matter where he's playing.
I lost like
No limit.
I lost like 12,000 the other day with nothing but flopping sets.
I heard that.
Set over set. Gore told you 4 times. But
That's one he told me.
I
I
mean-
can choose on the club. Runner,
Yeah,
club.
yeah.
He told me.
But I won 10 last night. So.
Sometimes I heard it.
Yeah, it's brutal. That was in the 5100 blind game. That was like a $40,000 pot.
Big blind.
Sick. But for sure, Mo, if you spread that game here, I'll be here, guaranteed.
We will.
Guaranteed, Mo.
5100.
Before August.
No, 2040.
Yeah, but
$2,000.
5100. How much you need to sit down?
10?
10,000.
At least. Unless you want to, I mean, minimum buy-in is 5,000, but I wouldn't sit down with just 5.
All right, I haven't looked.
All right, neither have I.
If I'm looking in the dark, you give me 5 back?
Minimum
Yeah.
buy-in.
Yeah.
2040 blind. Before August.
What? What was it?
90.
I had to beat. I had 10 years.
Yeah, we completely dominated.
I'll still give you 5 back, though. What? I'll still give you 5 back.
We had it.
I mean, it's just a rake alone.
Want to buy the button?
You have a 5 in the house.
Buy the button. 15.
We opened the game here. $2,000 minimum buy-in. 2040 blind. He's opening the game. No limit. No limit. The big guys were here last Thursday. And also next.
So you're gonna be doing that one on Thursday?
Next Thursday also, yes. We're gonna have it.
Same guys coming?
Same guys coming, and
It was a pretty good game, huh? You let?
Jonas is gonna come more. Core is gonna come more. You and me is gonna do 4 also. Also 4 play here already.
Whenever you have a 2040
Yoshi's
blind,
here.
whenever you have that game, I will be here. Call me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll come down.
75.
It'll be about a 5-minute drive.
Where do you live?
Well, no, I live about 15 minutes away, but I'll probably be at Commerce playing the 2040. Mount Washington. Right in between Glendale and Pasadena. 5 and 110. Where the 5 and 110 meet. Just north. 110 north. First exit. Nestled in.
Atwater.
No, not Washington. Right next to the, yeah, it's a little tiny town. Right next to the museum. for the Native-
Atwater,
I don't know what the hell Atwater is.
Atwater is where the 5 and the 110 meet is Atwater.
It's a little bit just north of that.
In
it's,
June, I'm going
on
to
the
try to
110.
get some tournament
Just,
here.
east of that. If you take the 5, you get the 110
Yeah, I
north.
do it all the day long. I mean, we go to the 110 to get off, man. A right drive.
Small blind?
You're gonna be busy.
July, right?
June. No,
June to July 8.
June to July 8, and then August also we're gonna have.
And we are back, and I am joined by the beautiful Jennifer Bankston. How you doing?
Good, Bart. How are you?
Good. Coming off of table talk.
You know when is the legend?
Looks like we got a new seat player there in seat number 3. We'll get his name shortly. Looks like Charlie's moved over to seat 2. Maybe that's Brad in seat 3. Looks like it's been limped around here. Hasn't been much action on this table all night long. And pretty passive. It's going to get checked around. 9-8 deuce. 8 on the turn. Pocket 5s actually has the best hand right now. And look at this. Paul out of seat 8. He's going to bet on his deuce.
You guys can't all have an 8.
All have pocket deuces.
Jonas is going to call with the gut shot straight draw. Mo's going to call with his pocket 5s. And the button is going to call.
That's a good call by
King
Mo.
Jack. 3 on the river. And Mo has the best hand. Let's see how this plays out on the river. Look at this. Jonas is going to bet.
Oh, it gets Mo to muck.
Jonas has got Queen 10. And he bets. And Mo mucks the best hand. And the funny thing here is Paul has a better hand than Jonas. If Paul calls here, he's going to take it down with the deuce. And look at that. Jonas is going to make it.
He has Jack 7.
He's going to take it down.
Did you have 2 diamonds?
Jonas says, did you have 2 diamonds? Well, it's interesting. It's been a passive table all night, Jennifer, but seat 9 is kind of played off the players as opposed to just playing off of his cards. And I think he's up pretty decent amount for the night tonight. Looks like Ulet stepped away from seat 5 right now.
Yeah, the stacks look pretty deep.
The stacks are pretty deep. We have a chip count brought to you by Joker Gaming tonight. It's a little bit old, so I'm not going to go through it, but I can tell you that there are 5 players with at least $3,000, and Jonas in seat 9 has got 7,000. So that's enough right there. And the least amount of chips is out of seat 7 with 900. So stacks are very, very deep.
45.
Seat 4 raises to 45.
Yep, Barry in seat 4 is going to raise with ace-king offsuit. He's going to get called by Jonas on the button with a 7-8 offsuit, seat 9. Again, a pretty loose player, but he's going to play because he's in position. It looks like, I think this guy's name is Brad in seat 3. He's going to call with the King Jack suited. So to the flop. About $140 pot, 593 rainbow. That's not going to give anybody anything. Jonas has picked up a gut shot straight draw from the button. Now, Barry has bet. He's the original raiser. All he has is ace-king. You wonder if Jonas is going to raise here with his draw. No, he's just going to call. $75 bet, $75 call. About a $250 pot. Turns a king. That's going to give Barry top pair. Again, about a $250 to $300 pot. Look at this. He's going to check. Well, he's checked a lot of, what he thought is the best hands all night long, Jennifer, on the flop. First time we're going to see him check on the turn. Look at this. Jonas might take the bait here. All he has is a gut shot straight draw. And he's going to bet 150. He's going to bet a little bit under the size of the pot. $400 pot. 150 to call for Barry. Barry's got ace-king.
Looks like he's going to raise.
And that's what he's going to do, Jennifer. He's going to check raise. Looks like he's going to make it a 500 total. So it's a $900 pot now. Probably another $350 to call. And Jonas quickly mucks. So he sets a trap and it works for him. And look at this. Jonas is going to rabbit hunt again. No one's calling him on it. Boy, he's really had some behavioral antics all night long, fishing around in cards, rabbit hunting. And like Dave said, it's interesting. It's a friendly table, but a lot of people would be giving him some problems if they didn't know him that well. Again, we are live at the bike, unscripted, unedited, and unrehearsed. The first and only webcast of Cash Action poker. No limit. $500 minimum game. Unrestricted buy-in max game. 5 and 10 blinds. And we're going to see a pot that's limped around here. Looks like 6-way action. Queen 6-4 of diamonds is going to give Joe in seat 7 a flush draw. And it gets checked around here. Turn is an 8. Joe also has a gut shot to a straight to hit a 5.
He didn't bet his top pair there.
Well, seat number 2 didn't bet. No, you're right. He had
Now
Queen
he
10.
bets out on the turn.
Yeah. Looks like he's bet about $40. And he's going to get called in 3 spots. So it's about a $210 pot. 6 comes on the river.
No help to anyone.
Nope. Queen 10's got the best hand. He's going to check it, though, from up front. Maybe trying to induce a bluff. Maybe he doesn't know where he is in the hand. Seat 7's missed his flush draw. Look at this. Jonas might be making a bluff here at the pot. All he has is jack high. He's thinking about it. No, Mo's sitting there with pocket with a pair of 4s, and he's going to check.
I have 6-4.
And the queen's going to take it down.
Queen and 6s?
Well,
I'm surprised he didn't bet out there on the flop with the 2 diamonds.
Well, Jennifer, Charlie's been a pretty tight player all night. And a lot of tight players, even if they have a hand as strong as top pair from up front, and they check from up front there, see where they're at. And when it got checked
bet out
around,
on the turn like he did.
He bet on the turn.
Where is Roulette to put up a live straddle?
Well, it's funny because she actually did live straddle earlier in the night.
Paul is also missing.
Paul is also missing out of seat 8. Paul, is a stud high-low player. And he's a good stud high-low player. Mo's going to raise now. Seat 1, he's been quiet all night. Looks like he's got a jack 8 of spades. And he's going to raise it up to $60. Barry in seat 4 in the big blind. He's looking at pocket 6s. You'd think he's definitely going to call. I think he's probably thinking about possibly re-raising here, Jennifer. That's what the delay is. But he's just going to call. Francisco Mux with the ace-deuce offsuit.
Maybe Mo was trying blind steal.
So we've got about a $130 pot to the flop. Look at this. Barry has flopped a set. He's going to check it from up front. Set of 6 is 6, king, queen, 2 hearts. Looks like Mo's going to bet 125, it looked like. Pot's 250, 125 to call.
I had to dodge so many cards there.
Looks like we're going to see a check raise here. So it seems like. No, excuse me, Jennifer.
How much is that?
16. 16.
So he's raised. He has check raised. Looks like maybe about $300. And he shows 1-6. And Mo quickly mugs. And Barry takes the hand down. Well, unfortunate for Barry, there's a couple of scare cards up there on the flop, Jennifer. Unfortunately, Mo didn't have something like Ace-King or King-Queen.
Right, I think he got as much money out of him as he's going to by check raising the flop. If he bet out, Mo's not going to call any bet anyway.
Okay, fine, I'll bet you $200. No, you won't lose. No, you won't lose. I had the set. So go check the video.
Again, I'm not quite sure what the gentleman in seat 3's name is. I believe it is Brad. I'm not positive on that.
You raised 60 and 60. Sorry. 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, you can raise as many of those.
Well, Joe here in seat 7 says he's going to raise. Oh, excuse me, he just limps in. Mo's going to call. Thought I heard him say raise.
Mo's got an 8-9.
Small blind muck. And we're going to see a flop. 4-way action. $20 pot. Look at this. Mo has flopped top 2 pairs. 8-9. Let's see how he plays it. He's in late position.
Seat 5 has a gut shot.
Mo
Seat
bets
7 has open-ended,
75.
You bet.
I need a 7 as well, actually.
Yeah, both players have got shots, and everyone's going to muck. And Mo takes it down. You know, it's interesting to see there that, you know, you might have seen Mo check top 2 pairs from late position if he had aggressive players in front of him. But the players that were playing in front of him, you know, Paul and looked like Joe, aren't the types of players that are going to fire into the turn with absolutely nothing. So he decided to bet. And unfortunately, no one had anything to call him with. Pocket jacks here for seat number 3, who I think, again, his name is Brad. Brad, in seat number 3, he's a very, very tight player. I'm very surprised that he didn't raise there with pocket jacks.
Seat 5 is pocket 7s.
So he's playing pocket jacks to hit his set. We're going to see multi-way action. Deuce, ace, 4. Now, of course, the problem is with pocket jacks, no one has an ace. He has the best hand, and of course, there's no way that he can know that.
Now it's 7 people in.
And look at this. Mo is going to bet. He's going to put a feeler bet out with his 4. Not going to predict. Look at this. Seat 3 mucks jacks right away, Jennifer. Mo's bet on his 4. No one's got an ace.
You have the ace?
And this is unbelievable. He's going to take it down.
Well, a player like Mo, he's got to think. He's not going to bluff into 6 other people without an ace in his hand.
Well, he put up kind of a small bet there. He's probably trying to get some sort of information. And the pocket 7s didn't call, and the pocket jacks didn't call.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Good luck next to them. Nothing yet. We think it's the number to call.
Some players just don't think pocket jacks is that strong of a hand for the flop.
Well, you know, like, there's several ways to. I mean, there's always a discussion of, you know, you can play pocket 10s that way. I think jacks they're a little bit too good to not raise with there. I mean, if you're going to play them to try to hit your set, jacks can win a hand unimproved.
Jonas.
And I don't think normally it's right to limp in you know, in late position when there's a bunch of limpers in front of you. I'd like to see the guy raise it up a bit there.
Option.
Looks like Joe in the big blind there has got pocket 7s. He's just going to check out of the big blind. We're going to see 4-way action. Ace, Jack, 5. One of these things where probably the first person that's going to bet is going to win. It goes check, check on the flop. 4 on the turn. Let's see if Joe leads here with the 7s. Now, let's hit a set on the button. Now Barry's going to bet.
Yeah, cocktails.
Doubles the bet to 100.
Barry's got ace 5. It's not up there. Barry out of seat 4. He's got ace 5.
Mo, you buying drinks?
Yeah.
And look at this.
Margarita.
He's going to come back over the top of Roulette. Roulette raised to 100, and Barry makes it looks like 200 more. And now the question is, what does Roulette do?
She just calls.
She just calls. So we're looking at about a $700 pot.
Dodge an ace or a 5.
Rivers a 5, and this is unbelievable. Seat 4, who had aces and 5s on the flop, has made a full house on the river. 5s full of aces, and that's going to beat Roulette's 4s full of 5s. Boy, Roulette might lose a lot of chips here, Jennifer. Seat 4's got 5s full of aces. Let's see what she's going to do here. Again, it was a $700 pot.
Yeah,
and look at this, Roulette just calls.
She knows she has to dodge.
Wow, and she gets rivered, and Barry takes down about $1,100 pot. Ooh.
What a read.
Barry had checked ace 5 on the flop. I'm really surprised Roulette just called there on the river.
What else can he have?
I mean, can you specifically put the guy on ace 5?
No, you can maybe put him on ace jack, but not ace 5. She just
it was limped around on the pre-flop. He likes to check a lot of good hands on the flop. He made up and down 2 pairs. He bet into 2 pairs on the turn. She just flat called. I thought she was trying to attempt a trap there, but just flat called the river.
Re-raised her on the. He re-raised her on the turn. Maybe she put him on a higher set already and.
No.
Got a little scared.
Ouellette's going to make it 80. She's got ace king offsuit. Francisco's going to come in with pocket sixes.
I thought
from
your
the
hand was
button.
good on the turn, huh?
Pretty so much so.
No, your hand was no good on the turn.
Three-way action here. Oh, seat number 6 is hit a set, and Ouellette's hit top pair.
You made it 50, she made it 100. She made it 201.
$250 pot before the flop. Oulette looks like she's bet in about
$100.
$350. And remember, Oulette bets very, very good hands. She's not the type of player that would even bet kings or queens in this spot. And now Francisco's going to raise with his set of 5s.
Take the 200 in from both players.
Oh, actually, Oulette bet out 200.
She bet 200 out.
25.
And he just made, and he raised her to 225. So he made it 425 to go. 430.
And look at this, she's going to move all in. And that's what Dave talks about. It's tough to sometimes get off the hand. Ouellette's going to move in with ace king. And she's going to get caught by a set of 5s.
She needs.
Wow. Turns a king. She's got to draw to a full house. No, it doesn't come on the river. And a set of 5s is going to take it down.
Okay, what do we put these in hundreds?
It was about a $600 pot. Oulette moved in probably for another $1,200 there. And she got called by Francisco. Unbelievable. Kind of maybe possibly trying to look on tilt there. But Dave talked about, she's a very, very tight player, but sometimes she doesn't get away from her big hands. Now, ace king is really only one pair.
Right, she's got to be a little bit on tilt from that 4s full of 5s because he re-raised her. She can't think that her ace king is good.
Well, let's see if we can figure out how much she lost here on this hand.
This is 11. This is 12.
Looks like about 1,200. 1,200 more. So we're talking about, with his own money in there, about a $2,900 pot there. Well, I got to I love the way that Francisco played that hand. I really do. Because I got to tell you that like I said, she's not the type of player that would bet into queens or kings with an ace on board. She's very, very conservative. So when she bets, she's got at least ace king. Now, I'm not the type of player that's going to lay down a set of 5s, but if I've got a set of 5s, I'm thinking that she might have aces. But my money is going to go in, and if she's got a higher set,
Right.
God bless her. But Francisco's got all her chips.
60.
Joe on the button. He's got pocket kings, cowboys. He's made it $60. Excuse me. He's limped in from the button.
Oh, come on, man. I only called because I thought you were coming in.
Look at this. He's limped in from the button.
Here with my call.
Seat number 7. And Paul's raised with pocket 6s, and the kings doesn't re-raise from the button.
Yeah, hold on my straight.
And
Now
Jonas
seat
has
9
flopped
has-
top pair here.
top pair.
Seat 9. It's a $200 pot. Very unorthodox pre-flop. Button limping in with
Look,
kings.
And Paul's going to bet out his 6s.
And he's going to get flat called by 9-10 there.
Now kings comes raising.
You got not enough. There you go. There's 153 times.
Looks like Paul bet about $60, and he's raised it up about $125. Paul's called. Jonas is mucked. And look at this. Jonas has made top 2 pairs. Unbelievable. And he's mucked from seat 9. And Paul checks. Seat 9 bet. Excuse me. The button bets with pocket kings. And Paul mucks. Wow. Jonas would have hit 2 pairs there. 9-10. Unbelievable. Very, very unorthodox. Limping in from the button with kings, you get raised out of one of the blinds, and you don't re-raise. It's amazing, especially with a guy in between, Jennifer.
Right, that's exactly
so that
what
you're
you're
taking
looking for.
kings 3-way.
Right.
I call it, you know.
That's just very, very unorthodox. Well, the guy, you know, he happened to win the hand. Very, very dangerous way to play kings, though. So we've seen a couple interesting hands since we come back from table talk.
Seven players.
7-way action here. Jack 4-6, 2 spades. Gets checked around on the flop. Uletta's checked her jack twice now. She's got jack 8, she's checked it twice. Seat 4's got an open-ended straight draw with a 7. River's a queen, and it looks like...
See that? And now let's
Yeah,
play.
that time you gotta bet it.
Now let's play.
What is this guy doing here?
One more card.
This is unbelievable. I think I got to tell you, Jennifer, someone's got to put a
One more
stop to his
card.
antics.
One more
I'd be angry if I was on the table. I don't know what he's doing.
Do we have one more
He's
card?
touching the board cards.
One more card?
It's just ridiculous.
She takes the deck away.
Paul's going to lead. He's got the best hand with the queen.
Play with your own home.
Play with my own what?
Your own deck home.
I mean, he's been doing it the entire night.
Queen.
Seat 7's going to call here, just with ace high, Jennifer. And Paul's going to take it down with the queen.
And Mo's taking care of you.
Well,
All your drinks.
One more card, dealer.
I'm not the type of person to really speak up at the table unless some, real injustice is happening. But I got to tell you, if I was losing and I was just pissed off, I would probably call this guy on what he's doing. I don't understand why the dealers are going so soft on him either, because that type of thing usually is not allowed. He's rabbit hunted. He's mucked other people's cards. He just touches the board.
60.
Ulette raises to 60.
She's got pocket 9s from seat 5.
You pay for the drinks? Bring me 5 margaritas. No, just kidding, just kidding.
Cinco de Mayo. I eat 5 of them, right? For the Cinco de Mayo?
I don't care what Cinco de Mayo.
Jonas has got pocket 4s in the button.
The bucket.
I think he's thinking about possibly re-raising here.
Bucket.
And I think that's what he's going to do, Jennifer. That's what it looks like. It's a $60 raise. No, he's just going to call. Barry in seat 4 in the blind. He's got an ace-8 suited. 50 more.
I didn't do it, she did it. Oh, she did. A real raiser. Yeah, just like she was on top of that ace-king.
He's going to call with ace-8 suited. So we got a $150 pot, 3 ways. Ooh, ace-jack-10. What a horrible flop for pocket 9s. Ace-8's going to check in. Like I said, Ulette checks.
Right.
She's not the type that's going to throw in a bet there. Now the ace is going to bet, and Ulette quickly mucks.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't re-raise then. Yep. I couldn't decide to put you
And
all
that's
in.
just, another example, Jennifer, what I was talking about, where Ulette is not going to bet a hand that isn't normally what she thinks is the best hand. So I love that raise by Francisco with the set of
Right.
6s.
It turns out that he actually raised. She bet out 200, and he made it 700. We didn't see it first. He had a $500 chip out there, so he made a huge raise. And at that point, I think she's got to know her ace isn't good unless he's just making a move.
So it was a $200 bet and a $700 raise.
Yeah, he made it 500 more to her,
Yeah.
not 200, and she still went all in.
She still went all in with ace king.
It's not. It's nasty, is what it is. Hey man, that drink's. There's something wrong with it. I mean, I've had plenty of Grey Goose and tonics, and that ain't a Grey Goose and tonic.
Apparently, they're drinking out there.
Well, that's always good for the table.
I think
the black goose.
You might have got a grapefruit.
Well, Grey Goose is a type of vodka.
All right, Mo slipped in with a king 3 diamond.
Seat 9 is in there with 10-9
Yeah, I
off
don't
suit.
think that's what I got
So we're
either.
going to see 4-way action.
That's not what she
Four-way limp.
repeated.
Oh, she
$40
did?
pot.
Jack, 7, 6,
Guys, next
2
Friday.
hearts.
I'm gonna pay you guys blind.
Jonas has got a gut shot straight draw.
Blind.
Oh, I'm sorry. 40?
I'm gonna pay the blinds for
Seat
you guys.
3
Why?
with King 8 of hearts with a flush draw with
Pay
leading
big blind, You
in.
pay small blind. I pay big blind, you pay small blind. One by
Seat
one.
3's got King 8 of
Okay.
hearts.
Next Friday. 2
There you
hours.
go. Jonas is going to call with his gut shot.
6 to 8.
$20 bet, $20 call.
That's a good deal.
I'm gonna pay big
Turn
one.
is a
You guys
4.
pay small blind.
Okay.
Well, it goes check, check.
No players on draws.
River's a deuce. King high's got the best hand. You wonder if Jonas will fire if it gets checked to him.
Why you want to pay big one?
Nope, he's going to give up.
lets it go.
King high's going to take it down.
Show me King of Hearts. Show me King of Hearts.
He's got
Show me
King
another
of
heart.
Hearts.
All right, good. Thank you. Oh, I need you to make a pair. No money in the
Well, you know, Jonas. If Jonas called that guy's hand out, why didn't he bet on the river?
Yeah, if you knew he
Right?
only had a flush draw, you
Yeah.
missed your opportunity to bluff at the pot.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess it's a great read by
I don't know,
him,
man. I'm
but
worried.
I miss him.
Scary guy.
I don't quite understand.
Yeah.
What a scary guy. What is a nice
He's
guy?
very nice guy. Sometimes he beat me, but he still be nice.
Saturday, May 7th, I'm guessing this is a continuation of the Cinco de Mayo celebration. We have a Mexican poker tournament with a $10,000 guarantee. 4 p.m., $50 buy-in with a $10 entry fee, $20 multiple rebuys.
Raise.
Starts at 4:15 p.m. on Saturday. Mexican poker, for some of you that aren't familiar, is a variation of 5-card stud with some discards, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Jennifer?
they take out the 8s, 9s, and 10s, so you make a straight from the 7 to the jack.
Four-way action here. Flop is a queen, deuce, deuce.
Seat 9 has a flush draw.
Yes, he does. Jonas. He's in position.
You really wanted to bet, huh?
I saw these.
Look at this. He's going to bet. He's going to bet $100. And he's most likely going to take it down here.
Thought for sure I was getting raised.
And he is going to
You
take
went
it
like
down.
that, and you checked.
Deuce.
Show the deuce. That'd be a big hand. That'd be a big hand. 8 seconds.
What? Right. Next Friday, next Thursday also. We're gonna have $2,000 minimum buy.
Next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
Okay, I will be here.
Having a $2,000 minimum buy-in next Thursday.
Yep, no limit game. And that's going to be a variation, and it's the side table from our main tournament table that's going to be on live at the bike next Thursday. Either a $5,000 or $10,000 buy-in
Why don't
shootout.
you make that alive at the bike event?
Yeah, we can put it there. We can put it there.
Looks like it's limped 7
Then you
ways.
get some action, Mo.
So again, tomorrow, the
good viewing.
the next Thursday
Yeah,
that we
8
have the
players?
show, we're going to have our $5,000 or $10,000 one-table shootout that we had a couple of weeks ago.
Pocket 7s is flopped set here, Seat 2.
Yes, he has. Look at this, though. Jonas with Queen 8. He's got top pair. He's going to bet.
Smoke, cigarette?
He's going to bet 80. Let's see if 7s raises it here.
He's got a race. He's got 5 people behind him.
No, he's just going to flat call.
Well, you and Dimitri, you kind of, you know, in my mind, I put you two together.
They look similar.
Now, seat 6 is on flush draw, and he's going to come into the hand.
He smokes cigarettes, she smokes pot.
Francisco. Turn is a 7. That's going to give seat 2 quads.
I think that's overkill. 2?
Excuse me, seat 7 is in the hand with a 10-4. I'm sorry. I thought the flush draw was not in the hand before the hand. And now Jonas bets $200 with a queen. He's drawing totally dead.
That's all?
Charlie's going to
Now
call.
the smooth call. Seems appropriate to me.
I'm still down.
So it's about a $600 pot. River is a 9.
I'm still down. I take it off him if I can
See what Jonas does.
I don't know.
We put him on a straight draw.
Well, if you put him on a flush draw, Jonas might check to try to induce a bluff. And if I'm C2, I'm thinking that, and I'm going to put in a good-sized bet to hope he thinks that I'm bluffing, so that he'll call me. Because Jonas likes to induce bluffs, like Tuckman said earlier.
You know, could be nice.
It's about a $600 to $700 pot.
At least you hit
Yeah, I know.
everywhere.
It's long, agonizing.
Minimum.
Thursday, you say, right?
Yeah, Thursday.
It's long, agonizing pause whether or not he's going to bet. To me, screams if I'm going to bet it's a bluff because the only way he can win this hand.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where the action is. Has Jonas checked before up front here?
He hasn't checked yet.
Yes, he has checked now, and now he's going to bet.
Now he's checked.
So again, remember, Jonas likes to induce bluffs. And it looks like it's about a $400 bet there into about an $800 pot. So the pot is $1,200, $400 to call. I don't know if we can see that chips there in front of seat 2. No? Can't quite tell the bet size. Looks like about 400.
That's correct, Mark. Oh, 350.
350.
It's not the only thing I ever drink.
So it's it's about 1,200, 350 to call. Jonas has got top pair. And look at this, what a
Lays it
laydown. Boy, he's got
down.
great poker instincts. I'll gripe about his table etiquette,
The other 7.
but he's a pretty good player, though. Got to tell you that. And he shows the quads there, Charlie. Seat 2.
He's never going to have 7 queens.
I think Charlie got a little bit unlucky there that
You
the
catch
river
Charlie with
wasn't,
7 queen, I'll eat the deck.
a low blank
Unless he's
card
the
like a
big
deuce or
blind.
something like that.
Right. Or any other card to improve Jonas's hand.
Unless I'm unconscious.
Now, obviously, if a queen comes on the river, Charlie's going to get all of Jonas's chips because Jonas has got a queens full of 7s full house. Charlie's got the quads.
Right.
Queen on the river, he gets a lot of money.
And look at that. That's just what he says.
Well, actually, he would have just. Oh no, yeah. He would have.
He
had
says queen on the river, he would have had all his money.
All his money, right?
Queen on the river, you make a lot of money.
There you go. Read my mind.
Yeah.
Limped around here.
Queen on the river.
6-way action.
Sevens are hot.
Now
and
Jonas has flopped 3 7s, and he's going to bet right away. Ace 7-7. And as I preach, he bets, hoping that someone has an ace. And Francisco does.
You leaving?
About $100. Look at this. Francisco's going to check blind.
Maybe you give us a break and quit.
Jonas is going to bet 100.
It's just complimenting you, that's all.
Fishing here. Right. Now, it appears that Francisco's got 2 pairs, but his ace 3 doesn't play. He's got aces and 7s still. It's about a $230 pot, 100 to call Francisco.
And even if Jonas didn't have a 7, you have a crappy kicker.
And he's going to muck.
3.
He's going to muck. And Jonas is going to take it down. I just think it's such an interesting contrast between this game and the 200 game, where people will bet their sets, raise with their sets, bet their trips, and raise with their trips.
Yeah.
And this is a game where you can actually get tricky because the stacks are deep, but they still play it straightforward.
Right.
And that's normally how I preach, to play those hands straightforward. Well, it looks like Francisco in the small blind has the best hand pre-flop. He's got an ace-queen offsuit. Roulette looks to have a nice suited connector on the button. Oh, gap-suited connector, 8-10 of diamonds.
I raise.
Look at this, though.
60
C3's got
more, please?
pocket 10s. Francisco's raised to 60 more. And Brad in C3 has just limped in with the 10s. He didn't raise.
Just like he limped in with his jacks.
Yep.
Probably the
Joe
same
in seat
concept.
7 has called a $60 raise with queen 4 of clubs. Wow.
Only because
Paul's in there with king queen offsuit. And of course C3 is in there. And Ouellette's in there with that gap suited connector.
This is action. This is action.
$360 pot right now. 6 ways to the flop. Flop is a 3 queen 9. That's going to give the original raiser Francisco the best hand with ace queen.
Gives Roulette a gut shot.
250.
Jack.
And Paul could get in a lot of trouble here. He's got king queen. Paul in seat 8. And look at this. Seat 7 also has a queen with a bad kicker. Boy, seat 7 needs to muck this hand quickly with all these people behind him, I got to tell you, Jennifer. I don't think he has any business playing that hand for $6 raise out of position. He's got to get away from this quick because he's in big trouble. I believe the bet was $250 on the flop. $250 into a $360 pot, $610 total pot, $250 to call. It's going to be very interesting to see what Paul does in seed 8 with the king-queen. Look at this. Oh, boy. He's going to call. Boy, that might make Paul, tend to muck even more here with a call in between. Paul's got a real decision here.
Doing it perfect.
Pot is now $860, $250 to call. And Paul is going to call. So now the pot is $1,100, $250 to call. $1,100 pot, $250 to call. All the queens are in there. We're going to see a turn. Turn is a 6 of spades, a harmless 6 of spades. What is Francisco going to do here? $1,100 pot on the turn. I think he's trying to think about how big the pot is right now, Jennifer. He has the best hand, but all these people behind him.
Right. That's scary.
It's $1,100 pot. Looks like he's going to bet around $500 here. So it's now a $1,600 pot, $500 to call. Again, seat 7's in real trouble. I think he's misplayed his hand pre-flop and on the flop.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked that Paul's even in the hand.
Paul's got to know that he's in big trouble.
Yeah,
I mean, Francisco's he could have kings or aces here too, and he could have ace queen, and that's what he has. Now the queen 4 mucks.
Maybe Paul's just on.
Again, it's $1,600 pot, $500 to call. Look at this. He's going to call $2,100 pot right now.
And he needs a king.
Turn is a 6, and Paul is lost the hand. He's in kicker trouble. $2,100 pot. Look at this. It goes check down, and Francisco's going to win the hand with ace-queen.
Paul's kicking himself because he knows that hand is nothing but trouble. If he hits either of his cards to make top pair, he doesn't have the best kicker. Wow. How big is that pot, Bart?
$2,100. Step by step.
Give me 100 purple.
I'm a little bit surprised that Paul called there with a caller in between him. I'm surprised that he called
before the flop.
Surprised he called when he limped in with king queen offsuit, and then he called when the guy in the small blind raises. He bet strong on both streets on the flop and on the turn, and he calls both times. You know. I was a little bit surprising there, Jennifer.
Surprised, but even a lesser player than Paul might have even raised. So.
How was your margarita? Was it good?
Yeah, the margarita wasn't bad at all.
So we have a chip count brought to you tonight by Joker Gaming.
Check something. You can try it. It's
in seat 1.
Oh, we're going to do that
we'll
after
do
this
it
hand.
after the hand.
8-6 jack, 2 spades. 3 of diamonds on the turn. Queen comes on the river.
Check.
That's it.
And it's going to get checked down.
Ace high? Thank you. Blinds, please. Small blinds, sir.
So Mo in seat 1 says pocket tens. He raises it to 20.
He's going to raise to 20.
You
and
minimum
pocket
raise
10.
out of the gun, though?
It's an interesting raise,
Is that a straddle or minimum raise?
as Jonas says.
No straddle.
What?
Three-way action here. 5, 6, 9. Paul
That's a
and
good slot
seat
for Mo.
8. Out of the hand. Look at this.
Immediately
Jonas
calls.
check calls, and right away.
The immediate call screams draw.
And it goes check, check. King probably helped Mo there a little bit. Now Mo's going to bet. About a $300 pot.
2.
Look at this. Mo threw out a quarter,
Yeah.
and Jonas check raised him to 200. That is unbelievable.
That was funny.
What a cat and mouse game that was.
It's the little $25 bet. You got schooled.
Big blind Mo.
That is.
That was funny.
He's away from the table right now.
Only Mo, because you never pay off my raises. So now maybe you'll pay me off one time when I raise you. You fall aces to me when I only have ace jack. So.
Some limped 4 ways. $40 pot.
Flop is a 10, 5, 9. 2 hearts. It's going to give seat 9 Jonas a flush draw and a pair.
25.
And he's going to check from early position.
Mo
Mo.
bets out his gut shot.
Gut shot.
Oh, actually, he's got
Raise
open-ended. He
100?
needs a 6 or a jack. Open-ended straight draw.
100 more.
And Jonas is check raised to 100. Francisco's in there with 7s. He's going to muck. And Mo calls, and it's heads up here. Turn is a heart, and that's going to give Jonas the flush. And it goes check, check.
And it made Mo straight, but
Wow. Made Mo straight. Gave Jonas the flush, and both of them checked. And for Mo to lay this hand down, it's going to be unbelievable. An unbelievable laydown. And Jonas looks like he's going to bet $500. Mo checked the made straight on the turn. But remember, Jonas check raised the flop, possibly indicating flush draw with the hearts.
I think Mo's going to lay it down.
Look at Jonas. Jonas is active. Hey,
This
I
is
know those kind of,
very
don't do that.
interesting
Don't do
hand
anything.
as well. Remember, a check raise on the flop.
It looks like
Jonas makes the flush on the turn. He checks. Mo makes his straight on the turn. He checks behind him.
Well, Jonas immediately checked on the turn.
Yes.
And it's a $500 bet into about a $400 pot. $900 pot, $500 to call. Mo's got the straight. He's got the nut straight.
It's going in the muck.
It's going to be a great laydown if he lays it down. He's got
He's
the
going to
ace.
lay. Oh. I'm really surprised Mo calls.
Well, let's see what he does.
How can he have a flush?
Yes,
Oh, you know he has flush.
but I want to see his hand. He's going to call.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Mo wants to
I'll give
see
you 1%.
if he's paying for the information.
That $5 worth.
Well, I don't know if I'd pay $500 for that information. I got to tell you. I don't think he was paying for the information. He's paying because he thinks he has the best hand. But
I would have to disagree with you on that one.
I want to see his hand too.
Thank you.
it's a great play, though. Great play by Jonas. And it would have been a great laydown by Mo, and I know he was thinking about it.
125. Check.
Jonas takes down a nice little pot there, over $1,000.
Thank you, sir.
Pocket queens there in seat
See, Mo,
3.
had I
He's
not given you
limped
that
in with
200
a
right
big
before that, you
pocket
never would've
pair.
called me.
We haven't
Again.
seen this guy raise free flop all night. Seat number 3. Doesn't look like he's going to get in a re-raise here, if that was his
He's going to
intention.
spend $5.
Those kind of.
Limp 7 ways.
7 ways. And if rags flop, let's see if he can get away from it. Well, king's going to come right away. King deuce 7, 2 clubs. Look at this. Seat 7's got pocket jacks, too. He didn't raise either. And he's going to bet.
30?
He's going to bet 30. 7 deuce king on the flop. 2 clubs.
See, Queen's
And Queens quickly mucks. And Paul is called here. He's got 6-7. Turns a 10. Jax is going to lead here again. Boy, this seat 3 is playing a little bit weak tight here tonight.
Okay, now we'll do the chip count. Okay. Chip count brought to you by Joker Gaming. It's a little bit off by now, but in seat 1, we have 4,500. Seat 2 is 1,700. Seat 3, 1,300. Seat 4, 4,000. Seat 5, 2,250. Seat 6, 2,700. Seat 7, 1,800. Seat 8, 2,300. And seat 9, 5,900.
So it looks like Jonas is down a little bit. But of course, he just won that hand, so he's back up to more like 8 grand. So this is a little bit off because he just won that hand from Mo. Or, excuse me, 7 grand. Seat number 2, small blind Charlie's got pocket aces.
80.
And he's going to make it $80 to go.
80 straight. Total of 80.
Jay, you want 20, 40?
A little later.
Doesn't look like he can get called by anyone. Look at this, though. Joe in seat 7 is going to come in with an ace-3 offsuit. He's a huge underdog. Aces against ace-3 offsuit.
Let's not have 2 3s out there, please. All right.
Ace-3. He's got a wheel draw. See how aces plays it. He's going to bet right out.
230.
He's going to bet 230. See if Joe gets tricky here and raises with a straight draw. He just calls. So it's a $620 pot. King comes on the turn. He's going to check. He's going to check. $620 pot. Could be a dangerous free card if the guy checks right behind him. And he's going to check right behind him.
Oh, wow.
River's a deuce, and he's made his wheel.
Made the wheel.
Aces has given him a free card on the turn. And the wheel comes on the river. It's also a 3rd spade.
It's $1,100.
Wow, I don't know what he was trying to do there on the turn, Charles, from up front. I mean, that king can't help any draw.
Right. But that deuce sure does. And it's a spade.
Well, it's a backdoor spade, but I don't know if he was trying to check raise, but he tried to get a little bit too cute. And he's got caught. Looks like it's a $500 bet here on the river. Pot is somewhere around 900, I believe. No, excuse me. Pot is 1,100, 500 to call. And Charlie's a pretty tight player here.
Well, he's got the ace of spades, so the flush draw isn't any
He's going to
likelier.
call, and the wheel is going to turn it over. And Charlie's going to realize that he gave a very, very bad free card there on the turn.
Wow.
And Joe's going to take it down with the wheel.
Ace-3, a huge underdog for the flop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Again, I don't really know what the purpose of checking there on the turn was. I assume he was trying to check raise. The guy in the draw took the free card and hit his 4-outer on the river.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Pocket kings here.
20.
Paul, seat number 8. He's raised to 20.
Raise to 20.
Yeah, Jonas is going to call with ace-jack offsuit. Seat 2's in there with a 4-6 offsuit on the button. Barry's going to go in pocket 8s. We're going to see a flop.
4 players.
4-way action. $80 pot. Ace-queen 5. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Seat 8 does not have pocket kings. He's got king-jack offsuit. I'm
okay.
sorry.
But now he has a straight draw.
And it gets checked. Jonas is going to bet 100. He's got top pair, ace jack here.
CM here, CM for the 500. CM 500, no limit, CM.
And he's going to take it down with the best hand with ace jack.
Thank you.
Seemed kind of like a small raise for pocket king.
Yeah,
too, right?
especially from Paul. That didn't look very right. It looks like Ulet has left this tonight.
Going to get libbed around here 5 ways. $50 pot. 10 queen 7 is going to give Joe there in seat 7 an open-ended straight draw.
35.
Gives the button top pair. Francisco's going to call with an open-ended straight draw as well. Joe calls with the higher open-ended straight draw. Remember, seat 3 is extremely tight. You might see him mock with top pair here. I'm surprised he's even playing this hand pre-flop, queen 6 off suit. And he's going to call. Turn is a 9 of hearts.
That gives King Jack a straight.
That is going to give King Jack a straight. That's Joe there in seat 7.
You know, Tim, I thought
He's
I wanted
gonna
a drink
bet.
like 45 minutes ago, but now I don't even know if I want one.
She's actually right here. She didn't win one. Is she right there?
Oh, did she?
Queen 6 quickly mocks from the button.
Poor girl.
Yeah, she's
4 or 5 trips.
50. Yes.
Oh. Seat 4 has got the bottom end of a gut shot straight draw. He can't call. He's going to mock. But Francisco's going to call with his 9. He's got the jack of hearts, so he's got a flush draw, and he's made the flush on the river.
He's made a straight flush, actually.
He has made a straight flush. Unbelievable. He's made a 1-card straight flush. And look at this. He's going to push it all in. Wow. I think that's a bit of an overkill there, Jennifer. Maybe he's hoping that the guy has the ace of hearts. That's got to be what he's hoping for. He's got to be hoping that the guy has an ace of hearts as he makes that bet, and the straight mucks.
You say all in? Oh.
Straight flush.
You're straight flush?
Yep.
Why don't you have the ace of hearts?
That's exactly what they were thinking.
I thought he have ace of hearts.
Yep. That's exactly why he made that move all in.
Nice hand, Francisco. You ever do that against me, I'll...
Imagine if he have the ace of hearts.
Well, the amount of chips that Joe has in front of him, I'm sure he would have called with the ace of hearts, but it would always be interesting to see somebody lay down the nut flush when the board isn't paired. Of course, if it's 1 card to a straight flush, I think it's a little bit easier than if it's 2 cards to a straight flush.
Right.
This group of
Yeah, I agree.
wads. What the hell?
Very strange, make a straight flush.
Look at this.
Very strange.
These guys. Need some action. I know when I'm the action
Seat
player.
7 has ace queen of hearts.
I got problems.
And the big blind.
We're going to see a limp and a limp.
Ready, 25 more.
What do you have a straight?
Wow.
Francisco's going to raise.
A big raise, and we're going to get all these
Ace queen
calls.
of hearts, $25.
That's what I like. A raise and 3 calls pre-flop.
I'll see 2 with the
This game's getting
ace
wild.
4 heart.
Wild game.
So we're going to see a flop here. It's a $75 pot. Look at this. 2 players have picked up flush draws. The deuce 4 and the ace queen. Excuse me, that was Joe who raised. I'm sorry, not Francisco with the ace queen of hearts.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Joe's
bet
going to
25.
bet. He's going to bet 25.
3 players.
Look at this. Pocket 3's calls. Turn is a 5.
Check.
That's going to give deuce 4 a straight draw as well. It goes check, check. And
Oh,
the
then makes
river
the straight.
is a deuce. And that.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
And does pocket 3 still have the best hand here?
Bet 100.
Look at this. Seat 2 is going to bet with a deuce. He's going to bet $100. He gets pocket 3s to muck the hand. And Joe's probably going to go away with ace queen. What an unbelievable hand. And Charlie's going to take it down with the second best hand.
He shows the deuce.
You're lucky the hearts don't come.
Right. Again, you know, seat 3's been playing pretty weak tight here all night.
Live straddle.
You big
Oh, it's a
bluffer.
live straddle.
Live straddle by Jonas there in seat 9.
Are you allowed to bluff on this table?
Deuce just beat him.
No.
I thought I was breaking all the
It's not
rules
known
today.
to happen, but it is legal.
Deuce just beat him.
Oh.
Straddle.
String call.
Button's going to call Francisco. He's got a 9-8 offsuit. 8-4 king. Paul, for some reason, oh, look like he's got a queen deuce there. There we go.
That's 60.
Francisco's going to bet. He's got a pair of 8s.
You got a flush draw. Honestly, do you have a king or a flush draw?
I don't know.
Jonas also has an 8.
Yeah.
Francisco's got him in
I'm
kick
gonna
or
lay down
trouble,
the best
though.
hand, this one's.
Jonas says he's going to lay down the best hand, but it's not the best hand. Look at this. He eggs, you know, it's funny. He eggs Francisco to show him his hand, and he does, and he gains some information that way.
Eights, I go all the way. That's my favorite hand. My favorite hand. Eight.
Now he
Should've
knows
gone all
this
in.
guy will bet middle
I would have
pair.
doubled you up.
Yes.
Charlie. You're holding up the game, buddy.
Going to see a limp and a limp. Now another limp.
Ball.
Going to complete and a check out of the big blinds, and we're going to see a flop 5 ways.
Thank you, sir.
Ooh, ace, jack,
Is this a jackpot game?
ace.
Yes.
Check.
Francisco's flop trips from position here. Excuse me, he's on the cutoff. See how he plays it. He's going to check the.
One more ace, dealer.
He's going to check the trip aces. Turns a 6.
Bet
A couple people have got jacks here.
4 days. Race.
Now look at this.
Can't
Jonas
kill a
is
jackpot?
let out for 20.
Ray 100 more.
Seat 2 is called
Flush draw.
with a jack. And now Francisco raises with his ace. He's going to make it $100 more.
Seat 7's got the
4
straight
nights. You were
draw.
not here.
Right.
4 nights.
On the button.
You were absent.
But the board's already paired. It's not a good position for a straight draw.
And I bet you Jonas is going to quickly muck that jack with the weak
Raise with a
kicker.
flush
No,
draw?
except the poker. Yeah, it's open. Except the poker, we are using you. We are using you.
Jonas was the original better here on the turn. He mucks. Had a caller, and look at this. The king jack is in there. Rivers a 3 of hearts.
No seat.
On this game.
King jack checks. Wow.
Ace what?
It's the river makes the flush draw.
Yeah, but
Maybe he's
Francisco
scared.
checks. But come on, a backdoor flush.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the flop was checked, but how many times is somebody going to check a flush to you on the river there? I just don't understand why you wouldn't value bet there at the end. I mean, he won the hand. He's been doing well, but he probably would have got called off to the tune of $100 to $150 there on the river.
That's true, but if the guy checks and he bets out, and the guy makes a huge raise, trying to steal the pot, what's he going to do?
Yeah, we haven't seen Charlie make any type of move like that all night. Seat 3, Mr. Tidy, he's got pocket kings. He's limped in again, and it's not going to be a raised flop.
We've seen him do this with
Unbelievable.
tens through kings now.
Let's see what happens. Queen 6 deuce, 2 spades on the flop. He's got an overpair now. Seat 4's got the nut flush
40.
draw. He's got the nut flush draw. Boy, it's tough to put somebody on kings. He calls.
2,000 behind.
Last chance. Nobody wants to see.
2,000.
Mo's gonna muck.
2 players.
About $130
You don't want
pot.
to sit down with
Turn is a
500.
10. That's gonna give you ace on a pair with his flush draw.
It's a good card for him.
That's 75.
He's gonna bet $75.
Just enough to keep the guy in the hand.
So it's about a $280 pot. Rivers a 7. I really hope this guy doesn't check here. I'd love to see him put a bet in here for value.
After that,
Or maybe he can check to induce a
scared,
bluff
Mo?
as well
I
there.
used to be.
You might want to check to induce a bluff on a flush
let
draw,
him
but he's going to bet.
You scare somebody,
He's not going to check to induce a bluff
Right?
because if the guy bets,
scared of my own
he's gonna have
shadow.
no idea where he's at.
Be careful.
Well, I don't really agree with you there. I don't know if you think if you think the guy's got 8-9 maybe, but
How about the?
Well, a guy who
How about the?
perpetually
Not
limps
going.
in with monster hands
How
plays a little scared as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Mo,
I think
how
that you can check there on the river to
tournament?
possibly induce a bluff for someone who's missed a flush draw. Now, if you bet into a guy who's missed a flush draw, obviously he's not going to call you.
If you in fact put the guy on a flush draw, sure.
I just didn't think that that board was coordinated enough for that to really hurt him, that river card.
He wins a pot and takes a break.
Raise 60 total. 60.
Jonas is going to raise with 3-4 offsuit from seat 9. He's going to make it $60 total. Likes to play a lot of hands from position. Looks like Joe's moved over to seat 5 here. Joe likes to play these weak aces, 8-7. Look at this, he's flopped the ace right away. But that's going to give Jonas a wheel draw, so of course he's going to bet. And look at this. Joe check raises.
Raise 200.
He just check raises the minimum. So Jonas calls with a straight draw. Turns deuce.
Check.
Look at this. He checks. And it goes check, check. Wow. And now he bets. Boy, Jennifer, some of the play tonight has been very confusing. I mean, if you check raise with the ace on the flop, why would you check raise the turn? I mean, excuse me, why would you check the turn? I guess because the guy called you, maybe he had an ace. Maybe you were afraid that he was going to make a move on you on the turn. But
Yeah, that's the only thing he can be afraid of is a move, but the guy, he had a draw. He called the raise so fast without even thinking about it, and that usually indicates that he's drawing.
yeah, but you got to understand that he raised it to $60 pre-flop, so how can you necessarily put him on 3-4 offsuit? So it's tough. Jonas plays unpredictable.
I could never put anybody on 3-4 offsuit.
7,000.
It's a little late, man.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh,
7,000.
you plan to go all in with that? You see? You see what Mo wants? Mo wants you.
Oh, I
can tell.
Yeah, and he called too.
I thought I was sick line.
You know what?
Okay, option 4 player.
Four-way action here. It's limped around. Flop is a 7-9-6.
Check.
Charlie in C2's picked up an open-ended straight draw. He's going to check it. Turn is a deuce. It's like Joe in C5 has the best hand with the ace high.
Bet 30.
Look at this, though. King 10. Mr. Tidy, Jennifer, he's going to bet 30. He's got a gut shot straight draw. And King 8 is going to call. The turn is a deuce.
Check, check.
And it goes check, check. King 10 is going to take it down here.
King 10 play.
Takes it down.
Francisco's picked up an ace-jack offsuit. He's going to limp in. Paul's in there. Paul, for some reason, has turned his cards around. He's placing them vertically the entire night, but now he's placing them horizontally. So it's a little bit difficult. Looks like he's got a 4-7 of diamonds. Flop is 7-10 queen, rainbow. Jonas is going to bet on his 10. He's going to bet $50. Francisco's going to call the gut shot with ace-jack. Paul's got bottom pair here. Wow,
that's an unorthodox play for Paul.
Ace comes on the turn. It's going to give Francisco the best hand. And it goes check around. Turn is a jack. Very, very scary. Francisco's made aces up. No one's got a king. Francisco's going to take it down with aces and jacks.
Sorry. I thought somebody had king.
Yeah, of course I have.
Well, Francisco seems to have about 1, 2, 3, 32, 34, 36, about 4,000 there. Maybe even more. He made a pretty good night for himself there.
Yeah. Good draw got there on the turn.
Yeah, that's not putting on. But you didn't have to do the issue.
Go ahead.
Damien, how you doing?
Bring it out here.
All right. I just
Wow.
come back. I was so
Seven
nice.
comes back.
Raise 40.
Now C3 decides to raise.
He's going to raise with ace jack offsuit. Oh, that's a new player in C3.
Oh, okay.
New player in C3. I don't know when that other guy had left there.
I didn't notice.
Deuce 4, king rainbow. Barry in the small blind in seat 4 is flopped with best hand. He's going to check it though from up front. Got to think that he's probably going to fire now. He's going to bet $50.
I slapped it. 5. Ace king.
Which is true. It's just
Yeah, he's a rabbit cam. It's another king.
Edgar. Big blind, please. Big blind.
I can like it come back.
Of course, tomorrow night, Jennifer, we have our $200 restricted buy-in, no limit
Right.
game.
35. 35.
30, right?
35.
$35 raise.
What is that? Get rid of that.
Couple calls here.
4 players.
4-way action. $140 pot. Ace, deuce, 4, 2 hearts on the board.
Check, check.
Check, check, check. Turn is a deuce. Boy, no one really has much of anything here. See if Jonas throws out and tries to steal. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to steal this over $100 pot with 6-7. Well, he's very observant, and he's going to take the pot down. He's a really good player. Like I said, I don't necessarily agree with some of his antics on the table. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we might actually do our 3-5 game tomorrow since we did our 200 game on Thursday. So stay tuned for that. I don't know exactly which one we're going to do. But if we have that game going, I think that we might try to put it on.
You played last night, didn't you?
I played in the $200 game, yep. Ooh, pocket kings for Jonas there in seat 9. He's going to raise. He's going to make it $50.
Jonas? I've seen him raise every hand for at least a half an hour.
He's not going to get any action.
I know he's going to straddle this hand.
Ace, yeah.
At least my big blind gets protected. At least my big blind gets protected.
Shows 1 king. And he's going to straddle. Of course, a forced
Small blind, straddle.
third blind is going to have the option when it comes back around to him.
What is that he's drinking?
Margarita, looks like Long Island maybe.
Grey
Grey
Goose?
Goose and tonic. Hmm.
Wow.
Interesting that they serve that in a hurricane glass.
What's a Grey Goose?
4,000 behind.
Thank you. Vodka. Okay.
How much?
4,000.
What's it?
Sit one.
Premium vodka.
Okay. Thank you for laughing at me, Bart.
I just have had a lot more drinking experience
Apparently,
than you have.
I just turned 21 last year. Give me a break.
Yeah, there you go. 8-4 ace, rainbow flop.
30.
Turn is the queen of hearts.
His hand's dead.
Look at this, Jonas again, man. Jeez. It's non-stop with this guy.
10 best draw.
I have no 3.
That's 10 best draw.
I have no 3. Why don't you put the flop 9-9-3?
9-9 king with a 3 on the third. Give me 1200.
Ace queen
Give me
offsuit there in
1200.
seat
For 10
3.
but just give me 1200.
A couple of ace threes.
Dear Lord, give
Most
me
limped in with
something
an
I
ace
can
three
raise with.
suited.
I don't ask for a lot of time.
Family reunion.
Every single person call it time.
You know what, Jennifer? All the aces are out. Ace queen, ace 9, ace 3, and ace 3.
Okay.
So ace
Eight.
queen is
My
looking
hand is too good to raise.
2 ace
Too
9.
Too good.
I don't know if I like ace queen's hand because
Alright.
chances of
Check
ace
four.
flopping are nil.
Check.
Now ace threes picked up a wheel draw in bottom pair. Seat number 9 has picked up a second pair there.
Check again.
Turn is a 10.
And it gives Mo the nut flush draw.
Check. Check.
Wow, he's going to check. Well, there's a lot of money in the pot there.
One more 4, dude.
Seat 5's got an open-ended straight draw.
That's got
River's a king.
I guarantee you somebody just sucked out on me.
And
What a bad river.
it looks as though there he's Jonas again, man, touching the cards.
Again, leave the cards alone.
That's a bad beat. Who's got a king? Show me a king. Somebody show me a
Somebody
king.
have king?
Show me a king.
I have 3.
I can't beat queen high or an ace.
And you know what? Jonas has got the best hand here with
Three.
4, it looks like.
Raise the nuts.
Four's good.
I said I checked to the floor.
Now everybody else is doing the cards.
Don't
too.
even tell me.
Queen. What are you
Tim,
doing?
just
Don't
crack
even
down.
tell
I
me.
pocket queen.
Oh,
Pick up one of my
hands
queen.
No.
You hear the guy say don't touch the cards?
You gotta be kidding me. I quit, guys. Seat open. After that.
What the hell were you doing in there before?
Well, I was what you call a big blind.
I still would have folded it to first check.
I was thinking about it. I thought for sure. What the hell are you guys playing? What kind of shitty ass cards? You know what makes nothing out of that?
Nice to have him
I
right in
was
front of the
still
table,
playing it.
Mike.
I was
Yes,
waiting to
yeah,
check raise.
that's
and I was
lovely.
check. Count the deck, dealer.
Limp in there by
Not
seat
bad.
2.
I should have raised. Turned out I had the best hand the whole way.
I folded.
Raise 45 total.
Button's going to raise here to 45.
I had your hand.
That's Paul.
45.
Paul's going to show us his cards. There we go, Jonas. Thank you very much. He's got kings. He's got pocket kings from the button.
I can see your cards in your glasses.
3 players.
Three-way action here.
I wasn't looking. I just saw like.
$120 pot.
Here, look at your cards.
10-9 deuce, 2 hearts. Look at this. Charlie's going to lead with his 9. It's kind of a raggy flop, Jennifer. He's got about $100. And Paul's going to raise.
Raise 300 total.
He's going to raise it to 300. $580 in the pot, 200 more to call. Paul also has the king of hearts in his hand. Again, $580 in the pot, 200 to call. Charlie only has got a 9 with an overcard kicker. And he's going to muck, and it's a good lay down. Paul's going to take it down with the overpair.
That's not better than Queen Jack of Hearts.
What would you rather have?
Queen Jack of Hearts.
Oh, that's one.
Yeah. Open, ended, straight, and a flush draw? Yeah, give it to me.
What happens when the board pairs on the turn on the deuce and you got a call from yours?
I'm not calling my whole stack. I'll take it on the flop. See what happens on the turn.
Gonna see a live straddle
What are you
here.
going to do when an offsuit 7 hits? You're going to get away from your kings?
Seat number 3.
Get away from your kings and
I'll take your
offsuit 7?
hand in a limit game. I'll take my hand.
Francisco's just gonna call here. He's got ace king offsuit.
Is that a straddle, Corey?
Straddle.
Maybe he'll do the.
Looks like we got a new player in seat 7 there, Damon.
He'll do the limp
Yep.
raise if the straddle raises.
Well,
He's not going to.
5-way action here, $100 pot. 7, queen, 6, 2 spades. You know what? Ace king still's got the best hand.
You want some yellow?
Seat 3
Correct.
has
Oh, excuse me.
middle pair.
Yep, seat 3's got ace 7, I'm sorry. The turn is an 8. It gets checked around on the flop. And now
Bet 75.
Paul is going to lead with pocket fours. Gut shot straight draw. Charlie calls with a king nine, huh? He's open-ended. He's got an open-ended straight.
I mean,
And the 8 comes on the
Got a hand,
river.
you win, Charlie. I got a small pair.
And fours is going to take it down, actually. So Paul takes it down with pocket fours.
I said, if you have a real hand, you win. I have a small pair, and I turned my cards down. Hand comes to the other hand.
So he has 2 cards here.
And that is Damon there in seat 7, new player. Looks like he's got... Looks like he might have just bought in from a minimum, maybe 500.
$60 total.
No, 60.
And Damon's going to raise. He's got pocket jacks, seat 7. He's going to make it 60 total.
You have a hand, you win.
And he's not going to take any action. Not going to get any action. He's going to take it down.
I got 2 hands.
Again, if you want to see all of the recorded shows that we've done on this webcast, sign up for the archives at www.thebike.com. Click on the right-hand side of your screen on the on-demand banner. Get you all of the recorded action, plus an instructional DVD by Howard Lederer. It's $14.95 a month, and it's well worth it. Some of you that are new to the show, too, haven't seen some of the great action that we had in the first month. Big 300-600 limit game. Greg Reamer coming in and playing in our no-limit game and then commentating with me for,
Go ahead.
Really go ahead.
for about 2 hours.
Thanks for your permission.
Just picked up pocket eights there.
From the button.
Raise 60 total.
And he's going to raise it up to $60.
That's worth forgetting.
He's going to get called in several spots here.
That's right.
Jonas has got a pocket pair. Damon's got a suited connector. Seat 6 has got a gap suited connector. $240 pot to the flop. King, king, 10.
Check. $150.
He's going to bet $150 into a $250
Nobody's
pot.
caught any of that.
And aces is going to take it down.
What do you show? I lay down king queen. I thought you had me out kids.
Yeah, sure you did.
Jennifer, we have about 10 minutes left in the show. Again, please join us tomorrow for either our $200 restricted no limit buy-in game or $300 to $500 spread buy-in
Check it.
no limit hold'em game.
Yeah, I lie. I'll still lie because by the time you go to check it, I won't be here.
3-5 or 5-5 blinds, respectively.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll turn my hand face up and lie to you.
By the time you check it, you're going to see so many lies that you're going to forget which one was it.
Exactly. That's all I do, man. That's all I do is lie about my hand.
Sir?
Yeah. Hold it.
Sorry.
C3. Look at the card.
White the character there in seat 9.
Yes, yes.
Auction.
You can say so many lies that you can always tell the truth and nobody believes it.
It's going to be lived around here. 6 ways. $60 pot. Queen, jack,
That's the
deuce.
flop we needed last hand. Then we get all the money in.
Check.
Excuse me, 5
I
ways.
still had some outside.
2.
And it gets checked around on the flop.
You had 2. Oh, there it is. I had deuces last hand.
Turns an
You
ace.
still won there?
Yeah, I'll take my chances on the flop. You can draw to a 2-outer.
I wouldn't go anywhere.
That's 40.
on that flop.
I know. I flop a set. You turn it.
Paul's going to lead here with
If you had the
ace.
ace of hearts in your hand, I had 2 black deuces, so that could have been a flop, but that can't be the turn because you had the ace of hearts.
And he's going to take it down.
So no embarrassing secrets, Corey. I did a lot the first time. I was cussing left and right.
We didn't invite him back after the first week.
King, queen suited there for
just got off
Charlie in
probation.
seat 2.
Mo's got ace 8 off.
You want to see something that'll really piss him off? Watch this, guys.
And Jonas is being a little bit of a character again, not showing his cards.
It'll be like play the mystery game.
Aw.
Okay, we'll play his mystery hand. He's limped in from early position.
Oh, he decides to show anyway.
Ray, 100 more.
It's one of my favorite hands. How much more you have?
Seat 7 looks like he's raised to $100 more there,
Of course, because if you hit it,
just with a suited connector.
You can't tell me
Never
that.
saw what Jonas's hand was. He's gonna muck. 7-8,
If you told me that
7-8.
before, I
7-8 of diamonds.
Damon in seat 7 just making a move here with the gap, with a suited connector, trying to pick up the limpers. And he's gonna get Charlie to lay down King Queen suited.
You guys call me.
Can we see a flop?
I want money. I don't want anybody to throw their good.
Let me have the pitch. Thanks.
I'll give you a blue.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Damon, you want this?
No, thanks. I have had too much. Thank
Buy
you.
button. Buy button.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need like $2,000 for me to call it that raise.
Yeah.
What do you have, like 7-8 suited? Close. 7-8 suited.
7-8 of diamonds.
You know, Damon made a nice little steal there, picked up the
Yeah.
limpers.
Believe me if I told you you had me beat?
Yeah.
I have 5-6.
I believe you.
Well, Mo has a suited ace. He has ace-5 of spades. Jonas is limped in with king-9 of diamonds. Mo is limped in with ace-5 of spades.
You don't have enough money either way, because you're going to push it in on the flop.
And the button's going to limp in
If
here.
I miss, I can't call it.
He's got a 7-8 offsuit. And we're going to see a flop. $20 pot. 10, 7, 5. 2 hearts. Francisco's got top pair. Looks like he's going to bet.
That's 75.
He's going to bet 75. Over betting the pot here.
I thought those were all diamonds. Oh, great.
Jonas is going to muck. Seat 5's got second pair here, Jennifer. Looks like he might call. And he is going to call.
That helps.
$170 pot right now. Let's see what Francisco does with his 10.
At 150.
He's going to bet 150. $320 pot, 150 to call.
No, he's talking on the phone. Who is?
Look at this. He's going to call.
Wrong number. On his cell phone.
Turn is a 6. Excuse me, river's a 6. And it goes check, check. And 9-10's going to take it down. Francisco wins a nice little pot there again. Several $100s.
Flat straddle. Straddle.
Just straddle by Jonas again.
He's picked up a king 7 of diamonds in the straddle position.
Straddle.
Charlie
120.
has limped with pocket 8s in seat 2.
130. 145.
And seat 3 is made at 145 total with pocket 10s. I don't know if he's going to get called by anyone here. And I doubt it. Seat 2 has got pocket 8s. And he is going to muck the pocket 8s.
Takes it down with the best hand.
And 10s is going to take it down.
Ace king, Corey? Ace king?
If you have questions or comments or would like to email us, please do so at live@thebike.com.
Well, and that's going to be good for tomorrow night's show because we've been having that, having a little bit of difficulty with our email over the last week, but I could guarantee you that tomorrow it will be up and ready.
Excellent.
So that you guys can email us there.
3 players.
3-way action here. King 10-3 rainbow. Turn is a 5 of diamonds. Check, check, check. Looks like ace high is going to take this one down. Paul's going to get it with ace 8, ace 6, excuse me, and seat 8.
I'll let you have it, though.
Limp, limp, limp.
Mo in the big blind. 9-10 off.
Complete and a check. Limp, 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 complete and a check. And we're going to go 5 ways here. 8, 10, jack, rainbow.
Not a bad flop for Mo.
Bet 50.
He's going to bet. He's got the second pair with an open-ended straight draw. Flop is 8, 10, jack, rainbow.
2 people have queen 10.
C3's got a queen 10. He's going to muck. Barry's going to call.
2 players.
And it's heads up 10-9 against queen 10. Turn is a deuce of diamonds.
Check.
Look like Mo checks.
$150.
And Barry's going to bet 150. And Mo calls. But a $500 pot now. River's a 6 of diamonds. That's not going to help Mo. And it goes check, check on the river. And queen 10's going to take it down.
Going with the queen. Thank you. That's it. What is off? What is it?
All right, Jennifer, I just got word that this is going to be our last hand of the night. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, please join us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock Pacific time
One little piece of chocolate you can't see?
for one of our other No Limit games. And we stream live action cash games every Wednesday through Saturday from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock Pacific time. Please continue to write in about those time changes that I've asked about over the last week or so. Tell us what you think. Paul is going to raise here with ace-jack suited from the cutoff. Looks like Joe's going to call with pocket 7s from seat 5. And we are heads up. We see that one of the aces is already dead. Flop is deuce 9 queen. Joe's got the best hand. Doesn't know it. It goes check, check. See if Joe fires here on the turn. No, it goes check, check again. River's a 9. And it's going to go check, check. Pretty passive play there by Paul. Pocket 7s is going to take it down. And that's going to do it for us tonight, Jennifer. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Please join us tomorrow at 6 o'clock Pacific time for Bart Hansen and Jennifer Bankston. Good night, everybody, from Live at the Bike.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the Bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.